sorry, I couldn't get a chance to look at that PDF or my copy of Tasha's.
It's fine, but it's there for your reference, and that's the important part. Let's see. I said that's fine. The important part is that it's there for your reference.
What? I can't hear you.
Hello.
Alrighty. Shall we?
Shall we? Go ahead.
He goes.
Yep, cuts out. Absolutely perfect timing.
He said I'm going to cut out.
Yep.
And I think I made a mistake because I didn't choose my race or calculated my attributes. So I think I have to
Really
do.
should
Can you
do
hear?
that.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, welcome back.
Yeah, I should have first picked my race and did my stats, then my hit points.
Yes. Should
Yes.
always do things correctly. So,
Nice. Okay.
welcome everybody to the 6th session of the Ashen Wastes. The last session, the party found themselves finally an end to their constant fiddling with the magical orb of Ow Migraine. Opened it. Meshula opening it managed to do something that caused a lingering, subtle at first effect on the druid Sioda and the paladin Lu. And not long
Of
after
what?
the opening of the box, of the orb, sorry, Sioda took the orb, used stone shape to seal it within a 1 foot thick on all sides cube of stone, and everyone thought, okay, that's done, let's go on with our lives. Except the town started going nuts.
Except Meshula
Buildings
took
started
it.
being destroyed, and the party realized that people were under attack from what they did not know. And after a quick jaunt through the city upon his mighty summoned wolf mount, Lou found himself face to face
Nicola.
with two massive undead creatures who were toying, it seemed, with the dead body of Chieftain Hala. And in a fit of anger, fit for a barbarian, and I suppose a vengeance paladin, who charged in upon his mighty steed and proceeded to get his face smacked very hard.
More than once.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to add a permanent scar to Lou because of that crit.
Just because,
Because of that crit, because yeah.
yeah, because of the. So remember, mostly bludgeoning damage from the actual hand, and because the hand is made of shadow stuff, most of the damage is actually coming through as necrotic.
Yeah.
So necrotic damage has an effect of sucking away at your vitality. So instead of any physical scars on your body, like you might have a bit of a bust, like fractured jawbone and cheekbones, it's mostly just your parts of your face appear to have aged rapidly, and the color of your face has gone stark pale from the sheer amount of death energy being pumped into you.
Can it
And
be
he did
like
use one of
the
your lay on
skin?
hands
Can
to
the
mitigate some of it.
can like the skin be like cracked?
Yes, that's exactly what it's like.
So yeah, like the desert after it has rained and like that, and then the sun comes up and dries up. You mean something like that?
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's like the how many fingers do they have?
They have three long, I mean the art is like a full normal hand, but they have about three long fingers and then a thumb.
So it like is a three kind of lines of cracked skin on my face, starting from like from my temple and going
You can
all
very
the way
clearly see.
down to my neck. in a like a
Need some Vaseline.
in an angled kind of way, and
Yes, these things are very angry creatures.
yeah, that's there
Motionless.
permanently.
Angry. And as you go through a fight with Sioda and Meshuda, taking to the rooftops to stay just out of reach of these creatures and trying to keep Lou alive as he is in the middle, sandwiched between the two of them, and as they are smacking him around like child's plaything, finally falls unconscious. And after 7 rounds of grueling combat, which translates to about 42 seconds? Yep, 42 seconds
Under a
of
minute.
fighting. They hear footsteps and yells. And Siodad, thanks to your superior dark vision granted by your unique lineage, you are able to kind of make out the figures of armed soldiers and an old man in between them, though you're not as familiar with the people in town as Lou and Meshuda would be. Top of the round, it is Nick's turn. Meshuda, what would you like to do as you see this creature here? It's still
Okay, how well can you
manhandling
hear
the
me?
paladin. I can hear you quite fine. I can hear you just fine. Unless you just cut out, in which case I can.
I hear you, unless you're saying something.
I think we can hear him, but he can't hear us.
No. Nick, are you saying anything?
Blink. Blink if you need
Blink.
help.
Type if you need something.
Blink if you need help. Actually, I
Nick
meant to.
just went mute and then unmuted, so definitely having problems.
Yeah, I was. I wanted to ask you about.
Can you
Because if
hear
we
me
need
now?
to, Nick could type
Oh.
out.
It's
Yeah.
like cutting out. It's like going in and out.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear us just fine? Because it might be you could just type what you want to do as an alternative option.
Yeah, kind of.
Hey, speaking from experience, you'd be surprised how much you can get done.
With typing? Yeah.
I feel like I did more things when I was typing in secret to Tarambar than I have since we've been able to actually talk.
But I actually called it though. If you go back and watch the, I think second or third episode, I called it. I said the Sioda is in the box.
It was in the
Like-
second episode. Both of you said, "I think Omnia's in the box," and then
Yeah.
you proceeded to forget all about thinking Omnia was in the box.
Yeah.
Until I told you on the 4th episode Omnia was in the box, and you're like, "What?"
That's crazy, man.
That was supposed to be a dick in a box.
I want a refund. Plot twist, Yoda's just an asshole. Therefore, a dick is in the box.
Hello.
Hello, Nick.
What do
Okay.
you want to do?
Alright, so how well can you hear me right now?
Very
Hear
well.
you.
Currently, just fine.
Okay. So, alright, I think it's hopefully it's better now. So so we all see like these what we think of knights coming towards us to help, right?
Only I
You-
do.
Only so that as you hear footsteps and yells.
So I need to make a perception check if I want to like see anything.
Yeah, for things within your dark vision, sure. To determine what
Wait, do
direction it's coming from.
Okay.
Because remember, for you, like, there's a light circle, and that's your dark vision radius. That's really all you can see. A perception check would help you figure out where things are coming from, roughly.
Are you allowed to speak out of turn in combat?
Okay,
If you
where's
need to
my
say
dark
something, sure.
vision thing?
If you click on your character, it'll automatically show how far you can see out.
I didn't get that. Can we speak out of character? Out of turn?
you
Like
have something
in
to say, yeah.
character.
Wait, I thought we have been speaking out of character.
In character, out of turn. Or allowed.
Oh, I thought we've been able to do
We
that. I
were
haven't been
doing
speaking. I
that.
haven't been. Yeah, I haven't been speaking in
I know
character the whole time.
Lou was doing it a lot. I didn't know if
Yes.
Tarnbar had rules about it.
No, it's fine. I would prefer if you roleplayed. It makes it fun.
Oh yeah, well I want to, but like I also want to discuss because I don't know. I haven't played many games on here, so on like Discord. So. Okay, so my sheet says I can see 60 feet, but I don't know how to see that on my character token.
If you click on your character token, you'll notice that there's an area around you that's lighter than the other areas of the map.
Yeah, like for reference, my dark vision is 120 feet, and I can see almost the entire map.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is 60 because they have normal dark vision, not the superior dark vision that she's
Okay.
So
afforded.
your dark vision's
so-
already calculated for you in that range that you can see, and you can't see past that.
So I don't see these knights.
Also, the game is paused.
You heard
Oh, right.
voice. You heard steps. Like somebody
Okay,
was
so I can't
approaching.
see that.
Yeah, you just hear stomps and yells.
Would it's
Okay,
too far away for me to
so-
be able to make any meaningful insight check towards their demeanor, right?
Oh yeah, no. Well, they are within your dark vision range.
So certainly you can certainly try.
They're on the very edge of it. They're on the very edge of it, though. And the way dark vision works is you don't see colors; it's just shades of gray. So you know that there's shapes, but they're a little too far away for you to actually get much detail. When they get closer, then you can try. We'll see.
It's like magical thermal vision.
And instead of greens and reds, it's just gray.
Hmm.
So, Meshuda, what do you want to do? These creatures have resisted lots and lots of damage. Poor Lou is being ragdolled.
Does
So,
Meshuda
like,
know
have we
that?
not? So have we not done damage though?
You've done damage. There's been damage done to them. They are also very resistant to damage.
Does Meshuda know that
Alright.
she has to like use magic? Does the character know? Because we all
I mean,
know.
the character's been using crossbows and magic, so it's safe to assume that a caster will cast at some point.
Like Mashuda, you could
Okay, so-
presumably roll and ask the DM what Mashuda knows about it. At
yeah,
games
I think
and
I'm gonna
everything.
do a history check.
Make an Arcana check. Because I can tell you
Arcana
right now,
check.
you've never seen them. An Arcana check
But
would help you
what-
gain some insight as to the nature of them and if there's any workarounds you can pull off.
Wait, I've been around like the entire world and I've never seen these things before.
You've been around most of the continent and you've never seen anything like this.
What about Lou?
No.
Okay, I
Also, you're
clicked the
unconscious.
thing. Did it work?
Cool. A 19. You recognize when you saw them that there is very strong presence of death around these creatures. It's safe to assume they're probably some form of undeath. Undead creatures aren't actually common in the Ashen Wastes. Most of the continent has been blasted to smithereens, and while that would leave a lot of dead bodies, it's so hard to find intact ones that there really are no records of necromancers making their rounds. It's just not common at all. You recognize that as they are undead, they are very clearly immune to, things that would require breathing, like poisons, effects that require breath because they have none. You recognize by the looks of them, they seem to be almost more constructed. They seem to be artificial creatures. The undeath is just icing on top of a horrifying magical cake of madness. You recognize that they seem to be built in such a way as to resist damage, and you notice too when you shot your arrow from your crossbow, your bolt from your crossbow, and when Lou would attack with his sword, there's runes etched not only across their armor, but also on the skeleton, the bones of their face, and whatever bone is showing for their arms, and across their entire armor. Runes of warding that provides either resistance or outright immunity to non-magical sources of damage. It requires a magical weapon to pierce these defenses. Otherwise, everyone might as well be using wet noodles because these things are ridiculous.
Wait. So if I use so use dispel magic on these things, I could possibly get rid of the protection.
That you would actually know straight up doesn't work
Right?
because in the way that constructed creatures work, magic is so suffused with their essence, you can't just dispel on a constructed creature and it just becomes inert completely. Just keep going. While there is a spell that would suppress, you are aware that there is a type of spell that would be able to suppress even this kind of enchantment. It's very high above your power level, and you've never even seen someone use it, so you have no idea what it even looks like.
It's
You just
higher
know
than
that
your
it
pay
exists in
grade.
theory. I was trying to avoid saying that because this is an artificer, not a warlock. Anyway.
Alright, so do I is it possible I could use suggestion on these guys? Like, do I know that?
Suggestion.
I think-
Suggestion specifically works by targeting a creature within range. Creatures that cannot be charmed are immune to this effect. And I think they need to understand you. I believe it needs to. Actually, no, I don't think it needs to understand you. It doesn't say anything like that.
That's command. Command needs to understand the language.
Yeah. You, as part of your Arcana check, you reason that these creatures being constructed and a combination of construct of some sort and undead, are most likely not going to be something you can just persuade, charm your way into having them follow you. They exist. They have a purpose that's probably built in. And unless you yourself were the creator or you have a switch, there's no way you can influence these creatures' actions beyond what they're currently doing.
Okay, is it possible I could use Spare the Dying on Lou without touching him?
Spare the Dying is normally a touch spell. I would let you make an Arcana check to attempt to modify the spell.
Okay.
So, if you want, this is going to cost your action, so make an Arcana check to attempt to project Spare the Dying. How far is Lou from you right now?
That's 15.
15, yeah, about 15 feet, and then because the way the roof is about 15 feet away.
Well, I was actually gonna think, like, could I summon my Eldritch Cannon and make it so that way it can touch it for me. It can touch Lou
Summoning
for me.
Summoning an Eldritch Cannon costs an action.
And Spare
Or
the
would that
Dying
be
is an
possible?
action.
So if you wanted to summon an Eldritch Cannon, and then on your next turn have it cast a spell, you would have to not only survive not getting hit, and the DC would be higher because you're not casting through your own body, you're casting through a separate creature that you have a minor link to.
Okay, so I'll make the Arcana check to modify the spell then. Alright.
Okay.
Here we go.
Arcana check, here we go.
That's a 12.
That's a 12.
That's a 4 and a 3. Nope, the curse is still there.
So you kind of cast and you feel it's like it's like the muscles in your body tense as you try to push the magic far beyond the reaches of what you're used to. Literally far from your body, and just you feel the magic kind of push in that direction, and almost like a rubber band snap back into your hand, and your hand stings slightly from the effort. This was not a success.
Okay, but Lou is dying, right?
You can tell that he is barely breathing. He is not moving consciously. he is just kind of laying there like a sack of potatoes.
Am I on the ground?
Ah,
Wasn't I on the hand of the one of the constructs?
Yes, you're in its hand, but when Sioda cast Grasping Vine, this one bumped into this one and it actually fell prone. So it's laying on the ground but it still has you in its grip because it's still conscious. It's just
So how does it work? Do I still have my sword in my hand, or did I let it go because I'm unconscious?
you drop your weapon because you're unconscious. Your shield is strapped to your arm, so that's still there, but like you're basically asleep, but you're
Mm,
dying
yeah,
slowly.
slowly.
Okay, so then, Meshula, that was your action. Is there anything you can do as a bonus action?
I believe there's something. Let me check.
If it's a spell, it has to be a cantrip since you've already cast the cantrip on this. Oh no, wait! It can be a leveled spell. It can be a leveled spell as a bonus action. Is there anything you want to cast?
Okay, I think I'm gonna cast a damaging spell this time.
You have a
Let's
bonus
see.
action spell that damages targets.
How do I see that? Let me see. Nope, I do not. Okay.
Hmm.
Your goal to help nameless or to deal damage?
Um, uh, well, actually, let me see if this would work.
DM, I reduced 300 gold from my
For the diamond,
inventory.
yes.
Yeah, can be like assume I have a diamond next time I use Revivify.
Yes, it's in your bag.
Oh, wait a second. Actually,
It's
that would
among
work
I
your.
added
pretty well.
100 GP diamonds as like ammunition in the in my inventory, so I can just deduct
Okay.
from it.
I don't know if I want to do this though.
Say that again. You have 100 GP diamonds. You want to what now?
He wants to throw them.
Who, me?
What?
You said ammunition, so what do you want to do?
Oh no, I had set them as ammunition in my inventory so I can deduct for them easier for whenever I
Ah,
cast a spell.
yes.
And
Mm.
then I have 3 of them. They're both 100 GP. I took 100 GP off for each
Okay.
of them, so I'm short 300 gold, and I have 3 diamonds. And I feel like Siota doesn't know they're diamonds. I feel like she just thought they were shiny.
It's just really pretty shiny rocks.
Yeah.
So can I use actually more than one diamond?
No, it has to be for Revivify. It has to be a single diamond worth 300 GP or more.
No, in general. If
You can use other diamonds, yes, for spellcasting if they require diamonds. Anyways, Meshula, what do you want to do as a bonus action?
I don't know. I'm gonna wait because I don't think I can do anything as a bonus action, really.
Do you want to move at
Sanctuary.
all?
What?
If you wanted to, I don't want to tell you how to play, but if you wanted to, I would recommend casting Sanctuary on Blue
Yeah, but I
as
only
an
have
op.
one. I only have one first level spell slot left.
also she casted Sanctuary on me last session.
I don't think she did.
I think she did.
I don't remember it.
Oh wait,
I could be wrong, but
wait, wait. Did I?
Meshula
I
cast
don't.
Sanctuary.
I thought we
Remember
talked
I
about
did
it.
cast it, but I don't remember who
You
I
did
did it
cast it.
cast it on.
Yeah,
It was
you did
probably on
cast it.
Lou.
You cast it on me
Yeah.
because you were trying to keep me from dying. Yeah, she cast it.
Oh
I
wait, so
have
yeah,
it.
I already did. I already did do that.
Yeah, you did cast Sanctuary on me. I have it
Okay,
right
yeah,
here. 7 days, 22 hours ago. You are the creature within range against attacks.
wait. It doesn't protect the armor. It gets protects against any attack.
What are your cantrips? Do you have any but what are your bonus
I only
action
have
cantrips?
well, the only bonus action one I have is sanctuary, and
It's not
that's
the
a spell
Sanctuary.
slot.
Is it
Okay.
Sanctuary a first level spell?
Yep. All right, that's my
Also,
turn.
remember, you can cast any spell with higher level spell slots. It won't do anything unless the spell specifies that if you cast with higher level slots, it'll do something.
Okay. All right. Can I? So that does that mean? Let me see. S- So I could cast a cantrip or one as a or a spell as a bonus action. Is that right?
If you have a bonus action spell.
If the cantrip is a bonus action spell.
You don't have any bonus action cantrips.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's my turn then.
You want to move? Oh,
No.
the first creature, the one directly in front of you, kind of looks up towards you slowly. To the end, Mishida. And it begins to slowly stalk off again. 5, 10, 15.
Wait, it's moving away from us?
Lou, make your death saving throw.
Stupid death saving throws.
But our
Do it.
could use Flash of Genius to aid another person's roll
Yep,
and
that
add
would be a
their
perfect time to do it too.
if Mishida wanted to.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. Wait, this is
Go
his
ahead and
first death
roll
save
Flash
roll,
of
right?
Genius. This is second.
You can only do this once.
Yeah, you did it once
You can do
for
it
the
as long
orc.
as you have reactions. So, make your roll your Flash of Genius.
So it makes an ability check or saving throw. You can use a reaction to add your intelligence modifier to the roll. You can use this feature. Okay, so my intelligence modifier is
Roll it. Plus 3.
8. So what?
So your intelligence modifier is plus 3.
Are you sure that was plus 8?
That's
Plus
saving
3. No one's
throws.
plus 8.
That's saving
Saving
throws.
throws a plus 8. The small number on the left is your modifier. The small number on the right is your saving throw modifier.
Those are different
Oh.
things.
Wait, so my
Yes.
intelligence modifier is plus 4.
So, do you wish to Flash of Genius?
Mm. Yeah, why not?
Go ahead and roll it. And Lou, that failure turns into a success.
Did I do it?
You did it. Yay! His
Yeah.
turn ends. Stioda, what do you want to do now that you're normal form again? And this one's slowly beginning to walk away, while this one is slowly starting to get up. It's just lumbering.
I would do is I would cast Cure Wounds on Luke.
You want to get closer?
Oh yeah, it is a touch spell, isn't it? Yeah, I'd hop
Ye-
down.
That gets
Yeah,
you
he's
right
only
in
10
range.
feet, so that
You
is generous.
quickly hop down. You
What?
move the 5 feet towards Lou, and you reach out a hand and you touch his shoulder, and you see the burst of light energy flood into his body. Lou, but because of the way that healing works in D&D, you are up back to consciousness, and you just, as the healing energy pushes into your shoulder, and you still feel the cold hand of the creature grabbing you around the waist, as it slowly begins to raise up, and as it hears Lou's breathing, and it just turns to look, and looks at Zioda, as it uses pretty much all its movement just to stand, and it looks down at her, very quietly, just. And then it reaches out its palm until its hand is like like a few feet above Zioda's head, because she's really tiny, and then it pushes down.
Huh?
Does an 18 hit?
It does.
You get pressed into the ground, and you take 14 points of bludgeoning and 15 points of necrotic as this thing kind of smothers you and kind of keeps its hand there for a moment before slowly standing back up.
You said
And
15 plus 14?
Yeah, 15 plus 14. And as it slowly stands back up, it just looks down at you.
I'm still up, baby!
It basically used the Sioda as like something to get up.
Well, no, it stood up and then it just smushed her down into the floor.
I think it was at 34. So yeah.
Almost like a head pat, except
Yeah.
violent. And
Violent
it
head
starts
pat.
to turn around and just kind of stalk off,
Can I say something?
following the other one. Oops.
Yoda just like kind of found like a little crevice within his fingers. I still would have a bonus action, right?
It's able to move 5 feet because of the difficult terrain, and it already used a lot of movement to stand up, so it just gets that far.
Can I say something because now
Hey,
I'm up?
Taramba?
I would have liked
Yes.
to use the bonus action to target the one further away from me with the grasping vine and pull it back towards the grasping vine if he's within 20 feet of it.
Oh, that's right. You can control it as a bonus action. I forgot about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, the one
and-
further away, drag it back into the difficult terrain. if possible.
Yeah. Go ahead and make that roll. Thank you for reminding me.
While she does that, I just
Hey, Taramba?
I try
Hold
to
on.
gather all of my strengths and kind of between my breaths say as loud as I can. Magic and magical weapons only. That's it.
You don't know that.
Uh,
I'm kidding. Yes, you do, because we established that you do.
Yeah.
You get an idea that my sword don't do shit, but my smite does.
because no, I actually coated it in the acid. Then it just started to doing something. Because now I think I know something. If you want, I can do it like a throw or something.
Well, I'm saying that based on what you would know in your intelligence score, it's really just the slashing from your sword ain't doing crap to
Yeah.
you, but literally everything else does, because the sword pings off, but the smite hits, the acid catches, and it notices that. So as far as you know, it's just immune to slashing because you only have a slashing weapon.
So I just
Sure,
said
that's
that.
the one who got an Arcana check. So yeah, it's like don't use basic weapons unless you got some oomph. Anyway,
Hey, Taramba?
Nick, you were asking something?
Yeah, so hypothetically, for my character, what would be the DC save for like helping people that she doesn't know?
I mean, that's a personal choice.
I know, but like it's sort of like it's sort of like a fight or flight type thing for her, and it's a contemplating thing for me too.
Make
So I
a
don't really.
wisdom save.
Okay.
The creature that you targeted with your grasping vine, see how that barely succeeds on the save. So it is not pulled. It just kind of like the vine wraps around it and tugs, and the creature lurches almost before regaining its footing. We'll do 50-50, so if it was an under 10, you'd probably want to flee. It's over 10, so you're probably more willing to be like, that should help. Okay. Top of the round, footsteps get louder, and so does the shouting, and you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Who can see that? Meshuda, you can barely see two figures enter your vision. They're still quite far away. Actually, they can dash. Hold on. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yay!
3 figures dash into view. And Lou, in your semi brought back to conscious state, you recognize not only Old Man Fredrickson, the alchemist, but you also recognize the 2 Goliath guards.
Where's my
Let
team?
me show them to you, Old Man Fredrickson.
Oh, that's what he looks like. I was expecting something entirely different.
The Goliath Haka Zinthane, and his brother, the Goliath Grav Zinthane.
This kind of alchemist is kind of bitching. Not gonna lie.
He's an old man. He's an old human. He's fancy.
Like I'm saying, this kind of boss in it.
For an
Let's
artificer,
see.
though, I was expecting something else.
Damn, why he built like that, Tarmbar?
Which one?
I love
Which
your
one? The
boyfriend.
Goliath?
I love the
Just
boyfriend.
all of them.
All of them.
Why is
He
that
built like that.
rock built like that?
Is the rock built like that? As the old man Fredrickson runs into the scene, surprisingly limber and fast for his old age. Boys! And both the Goliaths quickly snap their weapons towards him, and you watch as he kind of taps the blades of both their weapons, and they start to give off a light blue luster.
So he knows about that.
The weapons for the Goliaths?
Wait a minute,
Yes.
is this like Hobbit
Yeah.
shit?
No,
Is this like Lord of the Rings stuff?
He basically
So
made
you guys see
the
Nice.
weapons magic.
Lou and Meshule, both of you have this spell. He cast magic weapon, but
Yeah.
while magic weapon is usually a single target spell, he cast it on 2 weapons at the same time.
Ooh.
So is that kind of like a
he
feat
tapped
or
their
something?
blades. He tapped the blades of their weapons, and they both glow. They both started glowing and giving off magic energy. This creature, which
Yeah, I
was
wanna say
originally
something.
being pulled, yes.
Can
Say something.
I do that? Can I do that? I just say
Asking yourself the real questions.
Yeah.
It's actually going to charge for it. It breaks the vine off of its torso's 5, 10, and it attempts to attack the first Goliath. Let's see what we can do with these boys. Alright, because they have things I need to constantly look at.
Hold on. Do I have cure wounds? Nope. Nope.
Oh yeah, they do. As it swings down with its massive hand, Haka. Okay, it swings down towards Grav, who's the one over here. Haka actually takes his great axe and he swings it off like up and around a baseball bat almost in a beautiful arc. He manages to catch the creature's hand, the armor right underneath the creature's wrist. Doesn't deal damage, but he's able to kind of knock it off course slightly. It still hits, but you notice that it doesn't hit as fully as it did to Lou because he kind of diverted it slightly, which is a good thing. What is that? So that is K, and Grav gets hit and he stumbles backwards from the surprising amount of pain, as you might expect, a creature of this size and damage.
Yeah, I do.
As it then swings back towards Haka, and let's see, it hits, and then Grav actually grabs his pike, does a little twirl, and he stabs forward towards the creature, again, the armor underneath the creature's wrist, and he's able to stop the hand completely so that it doesn't actually hit at all. And that is its turns. Lou, you are currently grappled.
I have 2 questions. Where's my steed?
I forgot you had a wolf.
Oh yeah, where is his steed?
Because technically it didn't get hit.
Yeah, it never did get hit. Yeah.
Never got hit. It just kind of stood there.
And
Technically, it doesn't do anything unless you command it, as far as I'm aware.
and my second question is, my haste is gone, right?
Oh yes, haste
Yeah.
is gone. Hunter's mark is concentration, stuff like that.
So I just want to know where is my steed so I can.
Oh, you dismounted it roughly around here, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of been around this area the whole time.
If I mountain and steed is action or reaction? What is it?
Currently being grappled.
I know, but after can I break grapple? Is it movement?
Make your athletics or acrobatics check against the contest. Against the enemy's acrobatics or athletics.
Athletics or acrobatics? Athletics, why not?
Ooh,
Wow!
you
I'm
actually rolled
back,
higher than it
baby!
did, and it rolled pretty high. Yeah, you are able to kind of wrestle. You grab the fingers, and the cold is biting and painful, but you manage to wrench the fingers apart just enough for you to launch yourself off the palm of the creature, and you land on top of your wolf. You're now mounted on your wolf.
Do I
Is
have
it
my
like a
weapon?
backflip off his palm?
Your weapon kind of fell on the ground right about here, so you would be able to reach over and kind of get up out of the ground.
So
You're now armed again.
I I want to go to the I want to come here if I can. Hold on. Yeah, I can. Come here and ask ask the
Well, technically, it's like
That's
here,
30.
and then you have to go here, and then here, and then there, which is just barely within range. I think 20, 30. Yeah, that takes your whole movement because you have to go around it. You can't just
yeah.
go through it.
So mm, I I asked the alchemist to if he can you do the thing you did with the weapons for me too? That's my
Sorry,
question.
I'm currently focused on them right now. As he starts slowly backing up because the creature is like in his face, and he's all right now. I'm focusing on those two right now.
Okay, never mind. And
You
then
have an action.
I have an action.
It was like
2 attacks.
athletics check, and then I gave you the mounting as like a bonus action. Your picking up the sword was a free object action, and then you have your action.
Yeah.
So the 24 and the 22 both hit.
So I have to do 2d6s. Two 6d6s.
Yes. And has to make a con save against both DC 19. It succeeds on both the con saves, so it only takes half of the acid damage from both instances, but it's
Hold
still
on, hold on,
sizable
hold on.
chunk.
Hold on, I want to know my spell book. Where is my spell book? Spell book. Spell.
You already used your action to attack, so you can't cast any spells right now.
I want to know how many spells I have left because I want
Okay.
to do a smite at
It's
second level.
important.
Smite.
Ooh, second level smite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second level
Oh.
smite.
So that's 3d8, and then so roll 2 more d8s because this thing counts as undead.
2 more d8s. That's 2 more d8s. Okay, that's 12 and 11. That's going to make it 23. And then half damage for the poison. So that's 12, 20, 35 plus what's half of 16?
33 total damage.
How much?
Right. Because it's 23 from the smite, 12 from acid, and 8 from acid, so that's 20 plus 23. It's 43 points of damage.
43. Okay, that's not bad, actually.
You hit it, and where do you hit it? Like, it's huge.
How tall am I on my steed? How far
You're
can I
4 feet
reach?
tall, right? 5 feet tall?
I'm 5'1".
5'1". The wolf is about maybe 2 or 3 feet at the shoulders, so because it's your torso. You're like 5. I mean, the wolf's not huge, so like 6 feet maybe. You can reach up an extra.
Can I reach the head?
No, you can reach most of the torso, like right below the chest area. I would say, like right below the chest, along the rib cage. The rib cage and below is free.
So I
Anything
just
above that is
do
too
a
much.
cross on the rib cage because I
Very
did 2
nice.
attacks. So it's
Create nice white lines from the radiant damage across its chest, which then slowly become a sickly greenish as the acid starts eating away at the armor on its body. Yoda, it is your turn.
A guy further from my vine out of range of it. I think it is.
Is it a 30-foot range on the line? I thought, or is 20
I
feet?
think it was 20.
Yeah, so it's a little too far.
Okay. I would aim for the one right here, and then attempt to get it a little bit further away from me.
Because the vine's like right here, so it wouldn't be able to pull it any much more than this.
Oh, it's
Other
right
than
there.
it would be able to pull it like 5 feet because it moved 5 feet away, so it'd be able to pull it 5 feet back. And that's kind of it.
Because if it pulled 5 feet back, I would be able to disengage of it without it taking
Oh,
an opportunity, right? Or is that
it
within 10 feet?
has.
That's large.
Yeah, it has a 10-foot reach. You could use your action to disengage and still have a bonus action to grasping vine pull. Disengage as an action lets you move without incurring opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
Unless there's a feat for it.
Unless they
No,
have the
it's a rogue
Sentinel feat, but
thing.
these guys don't have Sentinel. No,
Yeah.
anyone can take disengage as an action.
Yeah,
Rogues
rogues
and
can
monks
do it
can
as a
do it as a bonus action.
Mm.
Because monk shit.
Just spend key points on everything. It's pay to win with key.
I would have to disengage here, I think. So I would do that. What
It
do I roll
does
for?
hurt. No, you don't roll. You just that's your action. You take the
Okay.
disengage action and you start running.
Yeah, I would want to clamber back up onto this roof because it's my safe space.
Make an athletics check because it's a 15-foot tall roof, tall
Aw.
building, and you are a 2 or 3 feet tall gnome.
Do they have like
Easier as a
opportunity
massive
attacks?
spider.
It is a lot
She took the
easier.
disengage action, so it negates that. As long as you have a reaction, you can take an opportunity attack.
No,
when a
I know,
creature
but
leaves your melee range.
if they have like
24.
opportunity attacks, then why didn't it activate when I moved?
You get the feeling that these things are just kind of taking it in stride. Like it doesn't, even with all the constant wailing, it doesn't seem to have a sense of urgency. It's like fighting a sloth, a really slow, really
But
painful
deadly.
creature.
Yeah.
Very painful. You get the feeling that literally every time you don't hit it, it just walks away.
So don't
Yes,
hit
with
it.
24, you are more than easily able to clamber up, especially because in that area, that's actually where one of the creatures had slammed the roof and broke part of the roof off. So you're able to find good handholds and pull yourself up. So you're now on top of the roof again.
Da-ba-da-ba.
What's the initiative for these 3 guys that came?
They are moving at top of the round.
The bonus action, just to be rude, I'll hit this guy with the grasping
Yoink.
vine again.
X
Just knock
save.
back 5 feet.
It succeeds. It just kind of
Aye.
lurches backwards
Aye.
again as the rope kind of pulls. It grabs around the neck of the creature and it tugs, and the creature kind of leans back slightly and then pushes itself back forward.
I'm not immediately gonna die. I am happy.
5, 10. Oh, I forgot the chieftain was like right there. Hold on, I have to highlight both of them. There we go. 5, 10. Barely moving around, and then 15. Would it use an action to dash? Sure. It moves another 15 feet. 5, 10, 15. Top of the round, Lou, you are suddenly surrounded by Goliath and dead things. As Grav is here. Actually, no, he's not going to move there. He's going to be here. And wait, let me double check his thing. Yeah. He's actually going to move. He's going to use bait and switch, which moves you and your wolf. I don't know why I didn't select both of you into his space. Like he literally switches with. He like kind of tugs the wolf by the tail and slides you and it backwards, and he takes your place. And he enters a defensive stance and begins to attack the creature. Ooh, that's a good number. Okay, hold on. That's a really good number. He makes his first attack with his now magical weapon, hits like a charm, stabs directly into the creature's armor. And you notice that, again, these weapons are glowing with magical power from Old Man Fredrickson. And as he stabs his glowing pike forward, it pierces through the creature's armor right underneath where its sternum would be, because the pike has a very long reach type weapon. And he stabs forward, and he is going to. Yeah, no, he's going to make his second attack. So hits. He's actually going to action surge because he's on a roll. That misses. That misses. So he makes 2 successful attacks, and then the next pair of attacks, the creature kind of brings up its big hand and starts to like gently swat away Pike as it kind of parries those attacks. Taka, who is right next to him, is also going to take his turn and actually do the same thing that Grav did to you, to him, and is going to bait and switch, switching places with his brother. Standing in front of the creature and
I'm getting Jujutsu
swinging his
Kaisen feelings.
massive great axe. they are bros.
Yeah, no, Jujutsu Kaisen,
They're best
the
bros.
like boogie
Yes.
boogie.
Yes. Oops, that's the wrong. Here we go. And he swings with his massive great axe. Misses action surge. Seriously, it's the exact opposite of his brother. 2 misses and then action surge for 2 hits. Okay. So that's a total of a decent chunk of damage, actually, all around. And then.
Is he dead?
Okay. The creature actually takes damage, and you notice as its body becomes perforated from the stabs of the spear, and then massive rents are torn in its armor from the great axe swinging into its body as it actually stumbles back. And you see these massive holes in its armor, just inky blackness, almost like a mist, slowly begin to escape the armor, hissing lightly, letting air out of a balloon. It's very slowly. Meshu, that is your turn.
Okay, so dang it, I'm still
actually,
all the way
hold
back
on.
there.
Sorry,
Fredrickson.
I forgot to do Old Man Fredrickson's turn.
Yeah.
Fredrickson does have a turn still. He would. Actually, does move third. He would. It's a good spell. He's going to move back 5, 10, 15 feet. 20 feet, because these things are pretty damn big. And he will use his action to cast.
Fireball.
Is an option? No, it's not an option.
Is he a wizard? I don't know.
Artificer. Yeah, no, he's going to cast Fairy Fire, actually. Make Dex saving throws.
Do I have to wait for my turn to like know what they are, or do I have to do it now? Can I do it now?
It's a fail. That's definitely a fail. Both of these creatures suddenly light up with like rainbow hues, and anyone that attacks them with weapons or any attack rolls you make have advantage, as these creatures are lit up pretty brightly with rainbow hues. And then he will use a bonus action. He's gonna throw a bottle at Lou.
Bottle of what?
And you don't see it. You just feel the ting as a glass bottle breaks against your back. You suddenly smell a very pleasant, sweet, almost like a warm apple pie on a winter day. And you heal 13 HP.
Hold on, let me add that.
He literally tosses a bottle, it breaks against your plate armor, and just the fumes. Ah, healing.
I
Blessed
will
healing.
I will raise my sword as like a thanks.
Let's see. Meshulat is your turn now. Sorry about that. What do you want to do?
Alright, so can I reach them at all with any of my stuff?
They are currently 20 feet away.
How many feet?
20.
20. Okay.
DM, can I do I have to wait for my turn, or can I do like a history or religion check now to know what they are?
You can do your check on your turn.
Is it a free action or action?
It's I let you do one on your turn per turn, because that otherwise you would be making 100 different skill checks, and that just takes a lot of time.
Wait, if I use Alter Self, would that be considered a magic weapon?
Yes, that is considered a magic weapon.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna use Alter Self on myself and then attack.
Oh. Okay, go ahead and roll the spell as you make your way down 15-foot drop,
Alright.
and then you still have
How do I
10 feet
roll the
movement.
spell?
You go to the spell on the left side of where the name Alter Self is. There's a die. You click that die, and it'll roll the spell.
Okay.
Hey, you grow claws, fangs, spines, horns, or a different natural weapon of your choice. These unarmed strikes deal 1d6 bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage appropriate to the natural weapon you chose. You are proficient with them, and they have a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Okay, so over my gloves, my gloves sort of expand as I grow claws. But I'm
Just
still gonna hold
remember
on to the box.
that. Yes. Just remember that the Alter Self spell takes an action to cast, so you do not have an action. You have a bonus action left. Is there anything you want to do as a bonus action that you can do as a bonus action?
Alright, I'm gonna still move.
You go move. You have enough movement to get up to them.
Alright. I'm gonna move about, you said they're 20 feet away?
Well, no, they're yeah, because it's okay. Because you're when you were here, right on the roof, they were 20 feet away for like spells. Dropped down 15 feet, and you still have 10 feet to go.
Alright, then I guess I'll drop down and move 10 feet.
Go ahead and move your character. You will end up right behind the
Yes.
creature. It does not notice
So,
you because it is currently being
so like
smacked
the,
and pierced.
so like there?
Yeah, if you want to be there or
Is
closer, that's
that
up to
it?
you. So
I can't tell how far I'd go though, because it's not a grid map.
Yeah,
It is a grid. You just don't see the grid pieces.
So I guess
Actually, I
then
can
that's
see
it.
the good pieces. You just have to zoom a bit.
Yeah, they're pretty tiny, and faint. You can move closer if you want.
Alright, give me a second. My forge is acting up.
You have another 5 feet before you just move into the creature.
Alright, so I think that's a good amount of feet then. But my forge is still acting up, so give me
You want me to move you forward for you?
maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit because I can't see it right now.
Moved you forward, so you are now directly behind the creature, which will take its turn. To let's see.
Like it doesn't
Yeah.
notice me yet, right? Because I
Oh, because
didn't.
you haven't done anything. You just moved behind it, but it's been focusing on the creatures attacking its. I hesitate to say any form of version of comrade because it's safe to say these things don't experience loyalty. They just kind of do. They're told. Will reach over to smack towards Haka. The slam does manage to hit a whole lot of damage, which is why Grav will use his pike to attempt to reduce some of the incoming damage.
Is that a feat you gave them?
Nope, that's actually part of their class. Paladins get it too. It's called the interception fighting style.
Hmm.
Using a weapon to directly reduce the damage an ally takes. Okay. Takes a whole lot of damage. Let's see what that is. It's total of, and then minus. No, plus that. Okay. Haka stumbles backwards like slightly as well. He looks very injured just from that first attack as he kind of steps back. The creature will take a step forward as it wants to hit him. As it moves forward, Meshula, you get an attack of opportunity. You take it.
Yes, but again, but can you do it? Because I still can't
Yeah.
see the forge.
So Alter Self uses your. I think it's just strength. Yeah, unarmed strikes. It's a strength check. So strength check. Okay, so it's plus your modifier plus proficiency bonus, then +1 would unfortunately not be enough to hit the creature. You bring your claws to bear toward the back of its calf, and it scratch it, but you don't actually deal damage. You just kind of can't make a scraping sound, but you scrape against the metal of its armor. Kind of turns around. It stops moving, and it just turns around slowly. And it backhands you away. Or tries to backhand you. Let's see what it gets. It misses with a 12 to
What?
hit. It swings its hand down to backhand you, but you're able to dodge just barely, and its massive hand kind of crushes the wind past your face.
Finally, one of
as
these
it
attacks missed.
misses. And they have a very high to hit bonus. Lou, it is your turn.
The forge isn't working for me right now.
I have a question.
Okay.
I have observed that they are going for masses of bodies, like wherever there are like more than one, more than wherever there is more person. Is that correct? And I want
That is safe to assume from your experience, yes.
and I want to.
Remember, this is all I'm seeing.
Also, I want to know what they are.
You
Is that a
refresh
free
the page.
action?
Hey, you've never seen these things before. There's no way you would know what they are, and I can tell you right now that there would be no information of them recorded in any sort of book in Celestina you're aware of.
But I have seen
Things
undead
just-
before.
No.
What?
One's seen undead because it's very hard. Like I mentioned to Celia. No, I mentioned to Meshula. It's very hard to make undead here because most the creatures that were above surface when everything got destroyed, their bodies are so heavily destroyed that it's almost impossible to make undead. That's why necromancy is not common. Not because it's a bad thing, because it's so hard to do. Unless, you go into a den or a hold and you start messing with dead bodies there, which gets a little more... Please don't.
Iffy.
A little more difficult.
Yeah.
It gets very iffy. It's allowed in rare situations in terms of like we need to interrogate a dead individual. There are spells for that. Necromancy is a thing. It's just never really done because rarely need it. Out of convenience, it just isn't a thing.
Okay. Can I attack then move?
Can you hear
Then
me now?
yes.
I believe these next two attacks are the last attacks with your acid, so make those swings.
Yes. Those are my last attacks. Boom, boom. Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Yes. Okay, so remember these things are immune to non-magical slashing damage.
But I can do a smite.
If you have any spell slots left, yes, you most certainly can. They need to make their saving. It needs to make its saving throw. Wow, it failed the first one. Roll your 6d6.
Six, no, the 266.
Yes.
That's 21 plus.
Checking the one closest to you, I'm assuming.
Yes. That's
Okay.
21 plus.
And then your smite.
13. That's 34 plus. I'm assuming. I'm assuming someone that is missing their heart, Revivify doesn't work on them.
You know the body needs to be intact. Are you attacking the one directly in front of you, or are you going to attack the one that you were attacking previously?
Do I know which one is more health?
You know that this is the one you've been wailing on more.
So I do a level, the third level. I do a third level smite. And which one was it that I wailed on more?
This is the one that you've been attacking, and that's the one that actually has punctures and slashes. From
Then
your
I will
brother's
attack that
weapons.
one.
Okay.
A third level smite. Smite that bitch.
Okay. So third level, that's so 1, 2. Roll 3 more d8s.
3 more d8s. That's
Yeah,
30 more.
pretty good. That's
64.
a good damage roll. Your damage rolls are improving. You hit the How are you hitting this creature?
I will do another cross, but at the opposite side, because it was like but one of them
and cross.
Yeah.
You
So
actually
there is a
this time
star.
radiant damage is like a mini bomb, expanding outwards, and along the line you draw with your longsword, you see the armor melt and bubble and cave in, and you hear the sound of bones breaking as that entire left side of the creature just starts crumbling. It's still intact. It's still standing. But the left side of its rib cage is heavily damaged. It starts wobbling slightly.
Okay, then does hold on. Nope, they are both actions. Never mind then. I will move 20 feet. There. Okay, I'm done.
As you move, both the creatures are going to take opportunity attacks against you and raise up their hands and slam down. First one towards your wolf.
Does he still have a sanctuary up, or has it been gone?
Sanctuary up. Well, if Mesh has been. Wait, is it a concentration spell? Sure, is a concentration spell. Is Alter Self a concentration spell? I don't think so.
I could tell you.
Alter Self.
Nope, that's an ability.
Sanctuary isn't a concentration.
It is a concentration?
It is not.
That doesn't sound right to me. Sanctuary. Sanctuary is not a concentration spell, but okay. So Sanctuary is not a concentration spell, and Alter Self is a concentration spell, so that's good.
Wisdom saving throw.
The sanctuary last.
It's a pretty damn good spell, but no, it is attacking the wolf. The first hit on the wolf hits. How much HP does the summoned steed have?
That depends on the creature, I think.
It just uses the wolf stat block, except it has bonus movement speed and stuff like that. Okay. So for a normal wolf, you hear a yelp, and then the wolf underneath you fizzles out of existence as its entire back end gets smushed into a pancake before fizzling out of existence. The wolf is dead.
Wildfire! Wildfire is
And
dead.
the second one attempts its opportunity attack against you, and it needs to make a wisdom save against Sanctuary. Thank you for reminding me. Wisdom save, right?
Yes.
Fails miserably, so it has to choose something else or lose the attack. This is an easy decision. It's going to attack Aka, who is actually quite low on health right now. And that does hit, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
It catches Haka by the ribcage, and then he suddenly goes flying and lands with a crash and goes limp. Alright, Sioda.
Okay. If I cast Conjure Animals, does it take, do you roll an initiative for them, or does it follow my own initiative?
I let those follow your initiative count. So at the end of your turn, they go.
Okay, because I'd want to cast Conjure Animals dropping the Grasping Vine. I wanted to cast, what was it?
The Grasping Vine, to anyone who's still looking, the Grasping Vine suddenly turns black, lays limp along the ground, and dissolves into millions of tiny spiders that slowly begin to fade into nothingness.
That. I wanted to cast and summon 8 boars.
Okay.
Something is happening. Something is happening.
I want them all to be 20 feet away from each cadaver in a straight line. Probably 2 of them on this one about here. And then the other 8 would be here, because I don't know how else I would have them pointing that guy.
What's the range on this bow? It's
60 feet.
60
feet
range.
That's true. And I want them 20 feet away from the cadaver.
You're summoning them over here?
Yes. Which
Okay, so
should be
1, 2,
60 feet,
3,
and I do have movement to scoot up if I need to.
4. Okay, so there's 4 more. What are you doing the remaining 4?
20 feet away from them in a straight line if I can.
Oh,
I don't know if
arrayed.
this is a thing or not. But just like,
We'll
like just around them,
for
you
the
know.
sake of sanity. Oh, I can't really put it there, can I? Because that's difficult terrain. I'll put it.
You do.
I can put it right here. 1, 2, 3.
You want to make them
4,
charge
5,
you?
6.
Charge them?
Yes, that's the plan.
Yeah.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 2 more boars. What are you doing with the last 2? Just kind of stick them over here, I guess. 1 and 2.
Sure, that's fine.
Cool.
I'm sorry.
Shadow stuff congeals and then begins to color in as boars. I can't do that anymore. Hold on.
It's very
Something like
black
that.
and raggedy, fuzzy boars that are like the kind, I don't know what they're called, but they're the kind that have like that one horn that like grows back into their skull.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be those.
Okay, so these boars are charging.
Oh yeah.
So they have +3 to hit, which is
Cavalry,
pretty bad.
charge!
So there's a chance. But I'm rolling 8 of these, so you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
How many made it?
I didn't expect any better. 1 hit.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of them, so I figured at least one of them would get in there.
We'll say these 2 we'll say these 3 kind of gang up on this one. And these 2 go all the way over here, and then these 3 say, I'm gonna board move 40 feet. So we'll say this board goes over here just so that these don't actually get hit by the difficult terrain from the erupting earth. and completely sandwich these cadavers. One hits, dealing 7 points of slashing damage, and because they're conjured creatures, it's technically a magical hit, as far as I'm aware, right?
Yeah, they're considered fae.
Yeah. Well, no, they don't have magic weapons though. Hold on. D&D 5e. Do summoned creatures have magic attacks?
They specify fae spirits.
Here we go. Do attacks from creatures summoned by the conjure animal spell count as magical? It's not a magic item. It's a fae in the shape of an animal. It is not a spell. It is a fae in the shape of an animal. It is not a spell attack. It's a fae in the shape of an animal. So these are not magical. They're immune.
Fine by that, because there's still obstacles.
Yeah.
Yes, they are surrounded on all sides by squealing pigs, and they're kind of sandwiched in fairly comfortably, and they just look mildly confused. There's,
Also, they are
and
the
for reference, they are considered relentless. So if they take more than 7 damage or less, that would reduce it to 0 hit points. It's reduced to 1 instead. It's like that half orc
if
ratio.
if it takes 7 damage or less in one turn, in one hit, that's the problem because these things do a lot of damage.
Oh yeah. Wait.
Actually,
Aww.
one of these cadavers did get hit, so even if it's immune to the damage, it still technically has to make a strength save or be knocked prone.
It's a very easy strength save.
yeah.
It's 11, I think.
It almost failed, but it succeeded.
Aww.
But
Kind of gets rocked, and it looks very surprised suddenly as it's surrounded by pigs.
but
You've
you
never been more inconvenienced in your life.
but they are
Uh,
like a good idea because these creatures are drawn to where there are more bodies, so they are going
I don't
to
know if it's animal
confuse
bodies
them.
or fae bodies would count.
this creature over here, the one that got sandwiched, it looks very confused, and it sees Grav still standing there. So instead of going for the pigs, which just kind of appeared and is very confused, it's going to go for the humanoid, and it slams its hand down onto him.
So I guess not.
14 misses.
As a bonus
Yay.
action, would I be able to hide? Just
Yeah.
for good measure, because I can.
Roll stealth. So the first hit, it actually kind of slams its right hand down, and Grav dodges, and then its left hand comes and like swings into a punch. Manages to catch Grav in the chest, and he gets knocked aside and falls limp. Jesus.
Can I
Its
get
turn
magic
is
weapons now?
Sandwiched. Top of the round as the artificer. Put down.
Magic
He
weapons.
starts thumbing through a book in his hand. Oh, no, come on. No. No. I hate these things. That's a good one. Yeah, that's not a good one. I'm not built for combat.
Lou is just like besides him. Can he ask for a magic weapon from him? Because those guys are down.
Yeah, he'll actually reach forward, bonus action, and because I'm assuming your sword is like relatively within reach, quickly flick his fingers towards the sword and it begins to glow blue. And then he grabs another bottle from his pouch, a bigger one this time, a very big one this time, almost the size of his head, and he tosses it towards the two brothers. And they both heal. So they kind of stir back to consciousness. But since he's technically moving after them, they don't get their turns right now. But at least they're not going to start rolling death saves.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Okay. The creature over here, surrounded by pigs, it's going to start smacking some pigs and make some ground pork.
Magic ground pork.
Second hit. Yeah, no, both of these piggies are dead. They are dead piggies.
They are gone.
It just smashes them into the ground and they disappear in a burst of magic. Light. They kind of. Five. Oh, wait, that's the one with the chieftain, so I gotta do both. 5. Boar makes an opportunity attack. 10. 15. Lou, it is your turn. It's starting to come closer. Your weapon's not magical, though.
Yay!
Which reminds me, the artificer would definitely. Oh wait, hold on. I skipped Meshu this turn. Meshu, that's your turn. Like artificer takes a turn. Other artificer, take your turn. Meshu, take the turn, please.
Okay, so wait, where did so there's these pigs now that we have to fight too.
No, the pigs are on our side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
very
consider you
clearly
friendly.
attacked. Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna try it and use my magic claw on this thing right in front of me.
Hmm.
Roll to hit.
Okay,
Make
what
a
is this called?
strength check. Strength check.
Just such an occasion.
Oh,
the
wait, my
heck
mic
was
was
that?
hot.
Huh?
My mic is hot.
Okay, that's fine. Let them know I'm cooking curry and I'm throwing down and I'm happy.
So
Okay.
you said a
Is
strength
it hot
ability
there?
check?
Strength.
I'm
Make a strength check, and then I'll add the modifiers afterwards because there's no like.
Omnia,
For some
say
reason, the
to
one
your
thing this thing doesn't give
boyfriend,
you.
I
Ooh!
said I love him.
Roll 2d6
Woohoo!
plus your roll 2d6. What's your strength modifier?
2d6.
Ooh, there we go. Plus your strength modifier is what?
Where's my modifier?
On the left, the little
Plus
number on the
3.
left. Plus 3. Okay, so that's 13, and then this is a plus 1 weapon, so 14 points of slashing damage as you attack this one. 14 points. Wow, you hit it like in the back of the leg, of its left leg, and its knee actually buckles slightly, as it's very clearly struggling to stay standing. Do you want to do anything with your bonus action?
What's my bonus action, really? I don't think I have anything.
And at this point, you really only have sanctuaries.
Yeah, so no.
Okay. Sio. Name.
No.
No, Lou, it is your turn.
My turn. My turn.
Yeah.
It's my turn. I'm
No.
coming
Go
there.
back to sleep. Knocks you unconscious. Go back to sleep.
And I will attempt to hold on. I do not have haste because I used that. So I will just attack
You're over here,
twice.
right?
Seriously?
Yeah, it's a mess.
For real? Oh, I have advantage on them because of Fey Fire.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Fairy Fire is a good spell.
So I attack with both of them. I make the attacks.
Oh, I messed up a ruling. But anyways, yes. Go ahead.
That's
5
14.
and 9. And your acid ran out already, so
Yeah,
it doesn't do anything with
that's
it. Oh,
14.
cool. How do you want to do it?
Oh, he's dead?
Gonna do this. How you wanna do this?
Okay,
I see.
my seed is gone.
Too long enough.
So I
Do
will
2.5 sessions.
so I will take my sword, just cut off one of his hands, one of his knees. So then he just takes a knee. I will just twirl my sword, put it in the ground, put my feet on his knee, jump up, and then with my body just push him to the ground and just start hitting the head at the neck with my shield, and just shout, "Die! Die! Fucking die!"
Creature makes no sound. He just looks at you as you deliver the finishing blow, and as you do, his entire body corrodes and starts turning black. Its armor creaks and screeches as it bends, writhes, falls to the ground, and the black mist that made up most of its form underneath the armor that you could see from its hands escapes all the openings with a disembodied howling of wind. And the creature is no more.
Yay!
There is one remaining. Theo, that is your turn.
It's Yoda. Omnia. Hello.
Yeah. She said her mic was her mic was overheating a little bit ago.
Let me just message him.
Okay.
Never
There
mind.
you go.
Sorry.
Yep. Your turn now.
Okay. So could I, for the boards? Well, it would be at the end of my turn. But for future reference, because it's not taking effect yet, can I have the boards essentially, I guess, swarm the cadaver's thing's feet and effectively do the aid action for any attacks?
Everybody gets help. Oh boy, here we go. The best part of being a druid.
Wait, what?
So
What's
what do you
going
do with your
on?
action?
Wait,
Hmm?
what?
What do you do with your action?
For my action, I would probably just cast Produce Flame. I have to scoot up to the edge of this thing here
What?
to get in range.
And you all watch as Sioda throws a small ball of flames, and suddenly all the boars in perfect tandem start surrounding this creature, hedging it in on all sides.
Give us all of your
Trying to
money.
strip it and yeah. And hopefully granting everyone advantage on any attack rolls.
Yeah, they have 6 help actions, so yeah.
What is
And they're all
an
chasing after the Produce Flame.
If you're whacking and you know it, clap your hands. Wait.
And I believe I have
misses,
advantage
unfortunately.
on that if I'm still hidden.
That's true, you do. So that hits for 6 points of fire damage, and the creature gets hit in the back of the head. And it...
I'm extremely annoying.
On its turn, there's a slight click as it turns slightly, and it looks at all of you. Actually turns around so that it faces more towards Lu and Sioda. And yeah, it's gonna use its paralyzing breath again because it's finally back online.
what is a help action? What does it do?
Allied creature has advantage on 1 attack roll per help action used on it.
So I have like 6
But
advantages.
first you have, or in general, there's 6 advantages for anyone who wants to take it. But
Also fairy fire.
2. The fairy fire is. And right there. Lu and Sioda and these 2 boars make me a Constitution saving throw as it
Right?
Constitution.
unleashes
Oh.
that same noxious gas that paralyzes you. That's a fail.
I don't believe I'm in range of that, am I?
15 plus
It's a 30-foot
3.
cone.
15
Yeah,
plus.
I'm
Oh.
I have my Produce Flame has a double the range of it because of Spell Sniper.
Yeah. No.
Right?
17 is a fail.
Does it attack-
18 is a fail.
18's a fail. It's got a 19 save on this one specifically.
Also, Nick, you
Creatures.
get +3 to your saving throw. because of my aura.
Meshula has to be within 10 feet of you.
I think he's 10. No, it's 15.
10,
Never mind.
15. Just out of range of your aura of protection. You're fine, Sila, because you're all the way over here.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Because like you see this cone that's here, that's the paralyzing
Yeah,
gas.
Wait, does it hit me too?
Yep, you have to make a con save. Against.
Oh, I thought you said it didn't. Okay.
Now I was talking to Sio that doesn't, but for you it does. When Lou both get hit by this noxious gas again. Lou goes falling onto the ground, paralyzed.
Lou took a
Okay,
beating this
give me a second.
fight.
Okay, saving throw. Did
So
it work?
yep, you are also paralyzed.
That's 18.
Gosh damn it.
Kind of moves here, trying to get out, and it realizes it can't because it's a little too big and the boards are actively pushing its feet away. They can't do damage, but they're like actively keeping it from moving. And it's just. Except for these two boars because they are currently paralyzed. But the rest of them are very much trying to keep it from going anywhere. Top of the round, the Goliath brothers.
Deck D.
Is kind of. Oh. They're gonna use their bonus actions to second wind, heal a little bit. That's a terrible roll for Grav. Oops, that's the wrong one. This one. Aka rolled way better.
We sound like one of them rolled a nat 1, the other rolled a nat 20.
No, I just rolled really badly. Not in that one, just really bad. Let's see what we got. They will. Haka doesn't really have reach with his weapon, but Rav does because he has a pike.
Pike.
So Grav will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and he will stab the creature, and then he realizes, fuck, it's not magical. Yes, it does nothing.
Yeah.
The alchemist, old man Fredrickson, reaches in his pack again, and he grabs an empty glass beaker, and then he channels some magic into it, and he watches, he picks it, holds his hand up to it, and it starts filling with a bit of a strange looking liquid, almost like a light, it's like a greenish tint to it. And then he proceeds to toss it at Grav, and his body suddenly lightly glows with a greenish tint. It seems to afford him a little bit of extra protection.
Cool.
Meshula, it's your turn.
Okay, do I still have to break out of the paralyzation?
Yep, at the end of your turn, so your turn is skipped, but you had me remake your con save to attempt to break out of the paralysis.
Alright.
Hey, you succeed. You are no longer paralyzed. Your turn is over. Lou, make your con save.
17 plus 3, that's a 20.
Yay! You both succeeded. As I said, the save is made at the end of your turns.
Lou,
Your turns end.
when
and you
Lou,
slowly get back up.
when Lou kind of like picks himself up and just massive rage just radiating from his body. I fucking had it with this motherfucker. Just that's it.
Funny you mentioned that. Siola, it's your turn.
Nameless, are you still looking rough?
I'm 22. Yeah, I'm 22.
So you look rough. Siota would hop back down from this roof She just likes to climb on things a lot.
Mhm.
And make her way over to Nameless to cast a healing spell as well. Where
Okay.
is it? Yep, I'll cast a Cure Wounds on him.
Yeah. You're in range.
Yep, I'm super interesting.
Go ahead and make your spell. Roll it. Ooh,
There you go.
Ooh,
pretty good.
yeah, that was very good.
Cool. So Lou, you said you were done with the creature. Oh wait, no, sorry, Seola. Is there anything else you want to do with your bonus action and such?
24.
Bonus action, I can't really do anything at the moment except he already the alchemist guy already buffed his weapon, right?
Yep, Lou's weapon is currently glowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll I can't really do anything for bonus action right now. But for the boars, I would have them continue to do the exact same annoying crap as before.
They just tighten the formation.
Yes.
Not too much. Not too much. We want to attack.
And
You'd be able to attack through the diagonal right here, right?
yeah, technically speaking, as the creature reaches down with its massive hands,
I'm assuming he'll probably clear the wave a little bit. But by golly, he's never been more inconvenienced.
Lou,
Probably shouldn't have been jamming.
hey Lou,
What? I don't like this. I don't like where this is going. What's going
is
on?
18 hit?
Nope. Doesn't.
18 doesn't hit.
I'm 19.
Oh, okay, what about what about a 28?
Yeah, that does it.
Yeah, you suddenly, out of nowhere, take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as you get attacked by a flying pig.
Hey man,
Pig then
pigs fly.
dies. Pig then dies as it gets thrown at you at Mach speed.
How
I feel
The
much?
like
creature
as
walks
it
off.
hits him in the face, it's like the brunt of his body it just shatters into like little spiders.
The other pig also gets thrown, but it doesn't actually hit you. It misses, which reminds me I actually still have to roll for damage just to see if it actually dies.
I assume that these are all more than 7 damages. DMG points.
Oh, yeah.
I assume.
Yeah. No, the first one was 15 damage, which is more than its health. The second boar took 9 damage, so it has 2 HP remaining. It's actually still alive. Barely.
How much peak damage did I take?
It took 15 bludgeoning.
That's
Flying pig to the face.
I'm calling that peak damage.
Boom. And then it's going to 5, 10. Oops. Hold on, I have to do stupid. Because Hala is attached to its shoulder. 5, 10, 15.
Where is it going?
It's just going.
Going.
Seems to have lost interest for the most part.
Coward.
You see Grav is just like, he kind of steals himself. 5, 10, 10, 15. And walks directly in front of the creature and holds his, like, towards it. Trying to keep it from going towards the city as Haka 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 tries to do the same thing. And old man Fredrickson is going to reach into his bag and he pulls out yet another bottle of unidentified substance and he throws it at the creature.
This motherfucker is like a male version of Mary Poppins.
Hilariously, he hits and you watch as the vial breaks along the creature's body, and as the liquid makes contact with the air, it immediately ignites. The creature takes fire damage.
How is he looking? The creature.
Mildly inconvenienced. Meshuda, it's your turn.
Nick.
Okay. So which one looks more damaged?
I mean, there's only one left.
Okay. And see how far it is from. Would I have to dash to get over to it?
It's 35 feet away. You because you can go through this diagonal. Yeah, your full movement would get you there. So technically, you would have to dash if you wanted to be next to it or adjacent to it.
I think I'm just gonna move up a bit then. I think I'm gonna move towards the boars. So, is that good? Is that my max?
Nope. Still have
Can
15 feet.
can we ride them?
Here then.
Could.
Can I?
Well,
I'm gonna be right back.
can you?
Or
I'll be right
medium.
back.
Mm-mm-mm.
I think I can ride one of the boars because I'm medium.
Dwarves are medium. I think they have to be a size class higher than you.
They have to
like,
be
good at
larger,
riding them.
except for the Find Steed spell, which specifies that you can ride it.
Okay, then no, we cannot ride them.
I can ride them because I'm small.
Yeah, gnomes are very small.
Gnome
They're
de
small.
gnome.
Gnomes, kobolds, goblins, halflings, technically, are all considered small creatures. No, halflings are medium. Custom lineage actually lets you can be a small size creature if you really want to do, which really has very little mechanical benefit other than you can ride more creatures and you have permanent disadvantage using any sort of heavy weapon.
Also, Fury of the Small. It's kind of cool.
That's only goblins.
I know, but again, goblins are small.
Yes.
So whose
They
turn is
next
it?
they had to do some. It's next. They have to do something real quick.
Okay. Well, about the server, are you okay with the server? Do you need anything added to it?
Yeah, it's not like we need anything major.
I mean, I have given you permission to do stuff on it. So
I've
if you-
noticed. I've already pinned the website for the link. Already pinned the link so
Yeah.
everyone can access the game easier.
Also, about last talk we had about me saying like things like that's half my damage or we are dead or something like that. That's not me assuming the game is unfair. That's me just hyping up the fight because I like it. It's just my reaction.
It's fine.
Do not want to have like a misunderstanding here. But I really did bad last session in my rolls.
Right.
I have a plus.
It was very sad.
Yeah, I have a +6 with alert in my initiative, and my initiative is 11. So I basically rolled a 5 on my initiative. There were some really bad rolls. What is celestial warlock considered? Is it their patron is it like a god or something?
The patron is a celestial. So usually it's a good aligned god of some sort. And it can be any celestial being.
So warlock
Okay, I'm back.
without murder.
So what do you want to do on your turn, Meshida?
Alright. So what happened? What I miss?
You moved forward, and that's it.
Oh, I didn't miss much. Okay. Can I begin, or is my turn over now?
You can. That's your full movement. So you can still use your action.
Alright, so I can't reach with my claw, so I think I'm gonna use a firebolt.
Cool. Firebolt. Go ahead and roll. Ooh.
18.
Roll
Nice.
the spell. Yeah, it's fine. It's the same damage anyway. 18 points of damage is very good.
Very good.
Okay,
My turn.
and that would be your turn. Lou, it is your turn. Yes, yes, yes.
I will come here and
You
I will
can't go back.
buy.
Oh wait, that's only 30 feet. I thought that was farther.
Yeah.
It looks farther, especially because
No,
your
I
little
checked. Every
Wait.
time I move, I check with the ruler.
Go do the thing.
Uh,
Okay.
Do your thing. Hold on, how many spells do I have?
Not much, dude. You've been spamming smite.
Yeah, I have 1 second level and 2 first level.
You're almost gone. Almost out of juice. They both hit.
They both hit. So that's 18 plus the second level smite. Hold on, let me features. Divine smite! Smite! That bitch.
Roll another 2d8.
And that's another 2d8. That's 18
Ooh.
plus 18.
That is very good. It also
Very
buckled. Its knees also buckle slightly as it takes the damage. It seems to be a little injured now, for realsies.
For real.
Tio, that is your turn.
Would get off my keyboard, I might be able to do something.
Cats are liquid. You can't pull them off the keyboard. They just hang on like slime.
Oh my god. Okay.
Hold on.
I hit the
What did
input
I
on my
want to
TV.
do?
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I know what I wanted to do. I was probably going to throw out another produce flame just as my action because it's easy.
Okay.
And then those boars, I have to step a little bit. Well, no, I don't actually have to, but I'll do it anyway.
Ooh,
Throw
that
that
hits.
out. And then with the boars, I would have them move back up and kind of have like
Barricade.
yeah, have a little barricade.
You're really selling it
And
pretty hard.
I really am. I'm really into this idea.
No, that was a good
And
idea.
One boar
web of boars.
drift.
It's thematic for
One
my
boar.
character.
One boar does a fast and furious drift around Lou. The other
Or
one does a
actually,
little
no, wait.
leap
These two
over.
could do a charge, couldn't they?
They
I could have
could.
them
Oh,
charge.
they both could. They both try to charge. It has to
I
make
don't
2
think
strength
it'll do
saves.
much, but be intimidated. Roll that
Wow,
one.
Okay, so the first saving was a double nat 20. That's hilarious.
Wow.
And the second save was also a nat 20. So no,
Yeah,
it's still standing.
I got him out of the system.
Gets a little woozy. It's like,
Yeah.
No.
What's up with this board down here? Why isn't he
I
invited?
forgot about the little guy.
Aww.
Charge!
He's like,
Is he the lucky? Is he the
He's
lucky
invited.
boar? He's not the lucky boar. He still
He tried
succeed
his
on the
best.
saving throw.
He showed up. That's what matters.
You try your best, but you don't succeed.
like
The
three
hardest
down,
part
boars.
is
and
up
the
with it.
The
enemy
three boars attack
creature
this guy, and this guy is
reaches
like
down.
denied.
Grab one of the brothers. Brother don't like that. He tries to resist. Oh, he gets grabbed.
He
Gets pulled up by his head and shoulder, and he says, "Fuck you."
Fuck you.
Blue, you're treated to the very unfortunate sight of both of these brothers turning into a fine red mist as one gets smashed into the other at very high speed with a lot of power.
But they did what now?
Grabbed one by the head and used
Oh,
him to swing into the other one so hard that they both die.
that was a crit?
You hear their necks crack and their ribs crack and their bodies limp and mush as they fall to the ground and they lose their breath. They start doing death saving throws.
Fuck.
For all intents and purposes, even if they get out of this, it's not going to be a pleasant, oh, I'm okay now, though they're not okay now. And then it is going, oh no, that because its first attack was a grapple and then it actually attacked. So it's going to step over their bodies. 5, 10, 15. You get an attack of opportunity. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to do the stupid.
Did the boards get attack of opportunities as well? It doesn't matter, but hypothetically.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They do, but it's immune to their damage. So it's ping,
Just
ping,
know
ping,
they're
ping,
making
ping.
an effort. I want their effort to be noted.
Annoying the actual crap out of it. It's just like it's stepping very gingerly. That hits.
Oh, that's 12. Yeah, that's 2 25s. 25. That's 12. The points of slashing damage. I can't do smite on the reaction, can I? That's a no.
Well, no, you can smite as long as you hit. You can smite.
So I smite at first level.
Oh. If you're wondering if I want you to, yes. Roll your divine smite. Roll an extra D8 on top of that. Ooh,
There's 10 plus d8.
D8.
13.
Oh,
13 and 12.
okay, sounds good. Creature's taking damage. Eshudad, it's your turn. This thing is actively walking away, and it just you can see as it's slowly losing cohesion. It's part of the reason why it's not attacking as much, and it's just starting to slow down. Finally, these Terminator-esque creatures are slowing down.
Hold on.
Alright, I'm gonna hit it again.
Hold on. I did like. No, that's okay. No, never mind. Never mind.
You have enough movement to get there.
Right, so I'm gonna claw it with my magic claws.
Strength check. Okay, that hits very easily. Roll a d6.
It wasn't 2d6?
Oh, that's only on a crit.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. That's 2.
Do I still add my my strength bonus to it?
Yep, that's a 5 damage total.
But at least we're doing something.
Sioda.
Hold on.
Sorry, Lou. Lou's turn.
Ferdixon didn't take a
Oh
turn.
yeah, top of the round. Hendrickson looks at the bodies of the brothers. He rushes forward, and actually no, he won't rush forward because it's a little too close to danger. He will cast Healing Word. He will cast Healing Word on Grav because Grav looks very injured. Grav heals.
My turn. So I
Yes.
move there and I will attack twice. I have advantage, so they both hit. That's 16 plus my last divine smite. That's undead, so another d8. Yeah. That's 26 plus 3.
Mine got Blue, as you rush forward and you swing at this creature, how do you want to do this?
It's kind of not fair because I had all of them. I will take my shield, just smash one of his knees, and as it's dropping toward me, I will jump up and cut his head off.
Just like that, with another of escaping black mist, fight is finally over. The metal armor falls to the ground as the dead body of Chief Hala falls off the spike and lands on the stones. Artificer Old Man Fredrickson first reaches to cast a quick pour a healing potion into the mouth of Taka, who gasps back to life. And he rushes over to Chief Chinhala. He puts 2 fingers by her neck and then by her wrist. And a few long moments pass. She's dead.
Can I do something?
You may.
After killing the whatever that thing was, he doesn't know what creature he fought. Lou has a flash in his mind. He has like a memory of a past event, and he starts breathing in short bursts. His chest is like a drum going up and down, and he says he did. I can't breathe, and he drops his weapons and tries to strip his armor from his body, but the buckles and things are kind of in the way, so he just tears them from his shirt, and his upper body is naked now. And if you can see his back, the tattoos I mentioned that are in his head, the 2 lines go on his back. The 2 lines then join, and there is a drop of blood that goes down and reaches a horn of a dragon, and goes down from the horn into the face, and then from the fang it drops into a sword held by a kind of like the paladin that is carrying the same shield that Lou is carrying, the Sundering. And the dragon is actually in the background with his wings opened, and under the name the wings in the negative space where there is no ink but the skin, you actually see warriors standing there, and that's his tattoo, and Lou is kind of having a panic attack. That's it.
Um,
Omnia.
yeah. I would have Sciota step forward a little bit, and mostly just for the flavor of it. I'd have all the boars kind of glow in a very like soft, like kind of lavender hue, and condense together into just one. The horn that's kind of spiraling back into its head has like this kind of a dream catcher like web to it, and it's glowing ever so faintly. I want to drop concentration on the conjure animals and cast healing spirit instead, if that's okay. um and just have that one boar come up and kind of just like nudge into like Lou's side, kind of like, and not really prevent him from doing anything, but just be there and offer him something to ground himself on if he chooses to. Um, as well as offer him some healing if he needs it. Sierra herself, I think this is a statue right here.
Was.
Was
Boss.
she would kind of fall into like just a small crouch, not really hiding, but just trying to stay unassuming back here. Now that everything's been done,
Mhm.
and just watch whatever these other people are about to do.
Yes. May I ask you that? Is there anything you want to do?
Is it my turn?
Was there anything you want to do? Combat is over.
Right, yeah. Um. Uh, sorry, it's kind of hard to see the things actually for me again. So in front, so we're talking to like the artificer now, right?
And Fredrickson is there, the two Goliath brothers, Lou,
That one
is
guy.
currently experiencing a panic attack.
For some reason, you do not know why.
A massive glowing boar that's kind of just standing next to Lou,
That does.
healing everybody.
That's just healing, right? There is no spell that
healing
can restore a panic attack, kind of.
No, it's just healing hit points.
Not in general.
There's a spell, but none of you
In
use it.
D&D, there is no spell that
There
can.
is.
There is. Okay, I want one of them in real life.
Right. Alright, so I look at Fredrickson and I say, "Do you have any idea what those things were?"
No, I've never seen the like. I could look at my notes. I have an old book, but there's no guarantee I'd ever find something about that.
They seem to be some sort of necromancy. Have you had any experience in that field?
Browse for a. There hasn't been any necromancy that I'm aware of in a very long time. So, no, I have no expertise in the matter.
I don't think we should wait around here very long. I don't know if there are any more of them.
The two Goliath brothers. The artificer moves aside as the two Goliath brothers together lift up the body of Chieftain Hala and slowly carry her. And the artificer, look, well, thank you, all of you. He kind of looks a bit for Ciela, but doesn't quite see her at the moment. So just, you've done a great service. There was a scout came by almost as we were being attacked. We evacuated most of the hold when he stopped by, and he helped clear out the rest, if there were any. I'm not sure, but he came here because most of the people who ran out said that there were creatures by the city hall, and see what they were doing. Thank you. There will be a reward of some sort. Just for now, let us grieve. Let us count the dead and grieve them. Right? And they begin to walk out towards the entrance / exit of Anferas. What do y'all want to do?
Sierra would probably, if there's a good moment for it, try to. Are there tracks? She would try to look for tracks on any tracks that these things made.
They did leave scuffs along the ground, vaguely large shapes on the ground of their marking their passing. The necrotic energy eating away at the natural kind of moss that grows in sparse amounts along the cavern floor, and any fungi. You notice that there are patches that appear to have wilted due to contact with the necrotic energy of these beings.
If she
She would
wanders
like.
away from the group just for like a little bit, not
Mhm.
leaving the city or anything, can she tell if
You
these
can
go on
make
for a while?
a survival check to attempt to track. See, you can find out because survival is the tracking skill. Good. You follow them for maybe let's say a minute, and you come close to the very edge of Anferas, where the housing meets the walls of the cavern, and you at this you're still a little ways away from the actual wall. You can just make out one of the houses broken down, and one house broken down, and to the side of it, a large hole, a tunnel, in the wall of Anferas, just big enough for those creatures to walk through.
He would make a note distinctly, like trying to memorize where this location is,
Mhm.
and then start heading back.
All right. As you get back to the rest of the group, they there's an informal procession taking place as the two brothers slowly march up to the entrance slash exit of Anferas, carrying Chieftain Hala, and all the citizens and all the people clasp their hands together and bow their heads in prayer as they mourn the loss of their chieftain. And you see as well other bodies. It's a couple, 2 or 3 wagons worth of bodies of people, and you can see their body, their whatever skin is showing, deathly pale. Bodies of children or young adults, their skin wrinkled to advanced age, all struck dead. No visible slashing or cuts. There is evidence of broken bones and the vitality being sucked out of them in the same way that these creatures were hurting Lou earlier. And there is one man that you have not seen that stands out due to his heavy plate armor, lightly, very royal blue sort of cape, a shock of blonde hair, a massive greatsword strapped to his back as he stands, arms crossed, and just looks around, very stern faced. What do you all want to do?
Are we still in the city, the town hall?
You're still in. No, you exited out towards the entrance as you followed the Goliath brothers who are marching Chieftain Hala
I
to where
was
the
still
other dead
having my
bodies are.
panic attack, so they
Oh,
carried
that's
me.
right. You're still having your panic attack.
Yeah.
Uh,
So somebody has to comfort me before we can go. So,
you have a magical boar companion.
so
So as you
after,
have your panic attack
yeah,
and you thump on your chest, you feel the same thumping rhythm of a drum almost in your mind, in that same spot back of your head that you've recognized before you started fighting these creatures. That boom, 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 boom. It's continuing that same steady beat. And that, more than anything, starts to actively draw you from your panic attack, not in a comforting sense, but just out of confusion. It pierces through everything else because of the suddenness of it. Because over the course of the fight, you had forgotten, as the adrenaline takes over, you had forgotten that the sensation was there. But now, in the moment of quiet, as the adrenaline fades and the panic sets in, it gets louder and louder until that's the only thing you can hear, even above the sound of your own fist on your chest.
can I ask my god something?
You may.
Uh, did we do this? Did we unleash these creatures on these poor people?
Make a religion check.
I'm hoping no. I'm hoping no. Religion check. Religion. That's 17. Do I have advantage because of the
Quiet.
ball?
No. It's quiet.
No
And
answer?
you feel and you try to push out the holy magic that suffuses your being because of your oath you've sworn to Bahamut. And you just feel alone, except for the constant in your head.
So I just try to stand up. I'm visibly shaking. Take my armor, put it on, and we go back to the entrance. Then
Right.
that
Siota returned at this.
Mhm.
Has Siota returned at this point?
Yes. Both. We'll say that both of you were able to make it back because the amount of time it took for Ciela to track these things and come back was the same amount of time for Lou to slowly come back to a semblance of normalcy and then return to the rest of the group as well.
I'm just here.
yes,
Meshida is
Mashida was just
assuming when she
watching
arrives.
me have a panic attack and was like, "What are you
Fucking
doing?"
lost your marbles.
This guy who kept threatening to like arrest him had
Yeah,
a panic attack, and Mashuda didn't comfort him.
Sag.
that's kind of
Um.
fair. This
Yeah.
Chaotic good, not lawful neutral.
this
Whatever.
person you described, is he a scout? Does he look like a scout?
You don't know until he turns around to face you and you recognize in the very center of his armor where his sternum would be, there is a glowing green gem that very clearly very clearly displays the symbol of the scouts. Though it's a little different in design, it appears to be maybe an older design, and the markings on it as you get closer recognize denoting him as a third star. And for the sake of organization, the way the scouts work is a tier system called stars. The first star, all the way up to the fourth star in terms of adventures, in terms of their power, or in terms of their use. So you all, well, Lou as the only scout in the party, well, and Straight, would be considered second star scouts, newly promoted to second star. So he would be in a way, a superior.
I want to talk to him.
You walk up. What about Sioda and Meshula? What do you want to do?
He would probably start returning to like that whole scene of the crime sort of thing. See that Lou is feeling a little better and talking to people, and she's not comfortable interjecting with any of that, so she'd probably
For
fall back a
distance.
little bit near where if Mashuda's falling back, then she'd be with Mashuda.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Ciota here.
Okay.
there was a entrance about uh, a
That
minute or
way.
two, right? A minute or two.
It took about a minute.
Yeah, it's a minute or two south behind an old house. I don't know if there's gonna be any more of these things or if this is a time sensitive thing, but I don't know if we have the time to spare to be asking all these questions right now.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, Mishida.
Okay. I I agree. We need to get moving. But first we need a course of action.
And I don't think that we're really uh, at our best right now. If we did go down that way, we probably need to rest first. But I would kind
Yes.
of what I would do is I would probably camp out near there and just keep an eye on that entrance if I can. Um, I don't know if you guys would want to camp out near there. It wouldn't be comfortable, but
I suggest. Out of character. Turumbar, is there an inn? Did we notice one?
an
Inn?
into what?
There is an inn. There is the one inn. Usually that doubles as most of the inns tend to double as scout meeting places, not necessarily headquarters, but just places for scouts more specifically, because they're the ones that actually go from place to place very frequently. But yes, there is one closer to the entrance.
Okay, what about the abandoned house? What about the abandoned house earlier that I tried the free Ciota in?
That was not where this is. It's close. It's about maybe 3 houses. It's about 4 or 5 houses away from where you had hidden to open the iron box.
Let's camp. Okay, I'm gonna whisper to Ciota. Okay, I'm gonna trust you with this, but I found an abandoned house not too long ago that we could possibly hide out in for uh for a few hours if we need to rest.
Now, back to Lou. You approach the night. Yes.
I approach the night. I'm still a bit shaky. Do I see this? He's a 3-star.
Oh yes, it's on his chest. It's you recognize it as one of the older symbols of the Scouts, and it has the markings of 3 stars on it.
So I
As you get closer, this is what you see.
Oh, that's an anime as
Full
fuck.
night.
Yeah,
It looks
I just
very stern.
I extend my hand. Say, Lou Stonefast, 2nd-star, Scout. Pleasure to meet you. My hand is shaking.
He reaches forward and grasps towards your elbow, so you grab the forearm clasp,
Yeah.
and he holds you firmly. All right, Roheo, 3rd star. What happened here? I came
What
when I
was
heard
his
the
name? You
screaming.
caught up.
His name is. You can call me Crow.
Okay.
What happened? I came when I heard the screaming. I wasn't too far out.
You didn't see the creatures?
I did. I found one of them. I killed it, and it dissipated. I want to know if you have any more of the story. I was told you were here a few hours ago.
Yeah, we came here uh,
Hmm.
because I point to the Mishuda and say, the
They're
don't
not even in the area because they walked away.
they walked
They
away. Oh,
yeah
gone.
don't
I thought they were just standing like a few feet
No,
behind me.
they
no,
went
we're
to
not.
do the other thing.
Yeah, we were with a merchant caravan and there was a theft, and the thief kind of came this way. We assumed, and she did came this way, and we thought maybe we find it
You
here.
don't have to give him the whole story.
We really don't know what going on, how they came from, where did they came from.
Mm.
I just know they did a very good walloping to me, and I just gesture to my newfound scar in my face.
I can see that.
Wait, I thought I hit like your head.
No, it's from the side of my from my temple almost, and it just in an angle goes about where my neck connects to my body, almost all the way down onto
Oh.
my shoulder. It's like 3 strikes of cracked skin.
Kind of looks around slowly and just takes in the sight of all the grieving people. I can't really leave this place looking like this. Mm. There, and he kind of shouts towards Haka, who'd finished putting Chieftain Hala with his brother down. The 2 brothers quickly come forward. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been informed that these creatures have come out of seemingly nowhere. What What is the procedure you have for when you lose a chieftain? I'm sorry to bring it up, but we need to know, is there someone who can take charge of repairs? Um, we have a sort of voting system, yes. We could do that within a couple days.
What about
But
temporary ones? Temporary chieftain.
they kind of look at each other and they kind of shrug. I suppose it would go to seniority, so Man Fredrickson might be able to do it for a little bit. I usually look towards the old leaders for guidance, and well, he's been around longer than most people, so probably the best bet. If you could bring him over, that would be welcome. They walk out and they start looking for old man Fredrickson amongst the crowd. This crowd turns back to you. Where are you from?
I'm from Celestina.
Dan or Hold? Celestina?
Yes.
Kind of smiles. I remember that place.
Have
I
you
used to
been?
live there for a little bit. I used to live there.
That's a nice city. If
It
the
is.
people inside it don't ruin it for you.
I see. He kind of quirks an eyebrow slightly. Oh, so you're here. Wait, so you were here with a merchant caravan, right?
Yes.
Mm. Were you planning on heading out again?
We kind of were having a plan to go to Quan Chi, but right now we have no plan. Right now we
It's
just
been
need
3 sessions
rest.
and none of you get the name right. I love it. Right?
Uh,
Um,
what was the
What was,
name?
I don't even remember what the name was.
Qi
Qigong?
Gong. Gong.
Qigong. Qigong.
Uh,
Right now we don't
interesting.
have any kind of plan, and I seem to be
Mm-hmm.
missing my companions at the moment.
Right.
Sorry,
Well,
since when
go ahead and
were you
find
here?
them. Get some rest if you need it. You
Can I talk to you
you look like
actually?
you do. Hmm?
I
Sure.
mm, can we go to the end because I think I need to do this when I'm done, not
Yes.
sober.
He
I'm
slowly.
I can find my companions later. This thing is
Yeah.
a bit more
He
important.
looks around slightly before walking towards one of a slightly older civilian who's kind of just watching this. If those Goliath brothers come back with the Fredericks in person, could you send them to the inn for me, please? And they kind of nod slowly, and he walks towards the inn with you. Shioda and Meshuda, what do you want to do as you've been talking about the house? What else do you want to do?
I mean, I thought we were just gonna go and rest at the house, right?
Uh, well, how much time have we waited for Lou at all, and he hasn't returned?
We'll say it's taken you about 2 minutes since
Mm,
the end of the fight.
Probably wait, or I would probably say to wait, maybe 20 minutes to allow Lou to talk to people, see if he comes back. If at that point he doesn't come back, um, Sierra would turn back to Minshita and be like, um, I would prefer to just be that insurance. I don't really want to have any
For
distance between me and that. Yeah,
this was between you and what, my dear?
the entrance to that cave. I don't want anything to be able to sneak by. And I would have better control over certain things, I think.
You, trust me, this house I found, no one knows about it. No one will find us there.
I'm not worried about anyone finding us. It's not like we're doing anything wrong by staying there. The only people who we would have trouble with are people who want to have trouble. And we need to find those people anyway. So if they are willing to come to us with trouble, then that saves us the search.
High wisdom class with the big brain plans. Going
Yeah,
back to
yes, but like
no, yeah,
like
keep
you
going.
said yourself, we are not at our best. If you wish to stay awake and wait for danger, leave leaving yourself to die, then so be it. But me personally, I'd like for both of us to get some
You
rest.
you've never gone camping
That way,
before?
I've gone camping plenty of times.
You don't know how to take watches?
Uh,
If one
I
of us
know how
sees
to take
anything, we wake the others up.
I know how to take watches, but but we're going to need to be fully rested in order to regain our strength.
So if we are all taking beauty sleep naps and something comes by while we're fully asleep and just we leave the town to die because we're hidden and we don't care, we're well rested,
Okay,
and
hang
we deal with the
on. To
carnage
remember,
tomorrow.
how exactly would how exactly would this work? Would we need a long rest to recover fully?
So the long rest, a long rest is described as roughly 8 hours of downtime, no strenuous activity or fighting or anything like that. However, it does not mean you're spending the entire 8 hours sleeping. It just means you're not performing strenuous activities.
So
As long
you
as you do that
can't.
for 8 hours straight, it is
Specifically
considered a long
include
rest.
a watch within the long rest,
Yes, it does.
like a 4 hour.
Okay, so
Yes, it does.
okay,
Yeah,
Not a 4 hour watch,
so
but
let's
like
take.
a, like an hour or so watch at a time, just
yeah.
shifts kind of thing.
And I would be able
Alright.
to use my wild companion feature, and use that to take over the the familiar to take the hit for the long rest.
Yes, because it lasts for a number of hours equal to your wisdom modifier.
Yeah.
Okay, Mashuda turns back to Umnia. You make a valid point then. All right, how let's go to the house. We'll take shifts, all right?
I wouldn't go to the house. You can go to the house if you'd like to, but I'll sit by the entrance to that cave.
She wants to camp in front of the entrance of the hole that the creatures came out of. She's saying that.
Yeah, I'm not worried about shelter.
She was.
Siota's used to sleeping on rocks.
Yeah.
Yes, but wouldn't you be camping by yourself?
If you don't want to accompany me, then yeah. Well,
Boulder parchment shears.
no, I'm not doing that.
Come on, the
I don't
parchment shears.
know when you decide that I told you what I wanted to do, and I don't know when you decided that that was negotiable. That's what my plan is, and you can work with that. I'm not telling you what to do, but I don't. Yeah.
I don't want well I don't want to go without you.
Why?
So
Because there's
I'm
safety in
willing to
numbers,
go.
my dear.
this situation is awesome.
I'm willing to go without you.
Don't let go, Jack.
Okay, should should I t- should I take 1d4 hurt feelings?
I've been going out for like an hour. What you want?
Sienna casts vicious mockery without being a bard, imagine.
Vicious mockery.
Right.
So what's the
Well,
Well, you're
decision?
Wait.
deciding what you would like to do. I'll go over to
Yes.
that hole and start preparing for that.
Sienna starts prepping her campsite for a long rest duration near the hole where the creature
All
might
right, wait
most
for
likely-
me.
Yeah, I'd want to cast some webs around there.
Oh yes, that is a good idea. Massive webs.
All right, wait for me.
Start getting magically summoned.
Okay, so I follow Umnia. And,
Anchoring them
help.
to the walls and all that.
Oh, they only last for an hour. Interesting.
Oh, whatever.
I just saw that as a duration. But that is a good idea. 20-foot cube of webbing that lasts for an hour.
I wish I
Back to
had the
Lou.
alarm.
Right. Back to Lou.
So, so me and Umni are just resting now.
She would also cast Wild Companion before ever she
Mhm.
fell asleep, so that it would cover a duration of her unconscious period.
Can cover how? What's your wisdom modifier?
It would be. I have to pop the sheet out whenever I want to look at that. +4.
Okay, on that
So
note,
four
that's
I
hours.
feel like
4
I'm gonna
hours.
I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Do you mind if I just go? Cause I feel
Yeah.
bad with the Wi-Fi cutting out and stuff like
It's fair
that.
to end the session here, although I will have my conversation with Luke. But for the rest of you, we could say the session's ended. Well, for you, we could say the session's
Uh,
ended. For Umnia, since she has her watch and her companion's watch, and Lou with his conversation with Crow, they can keep going for a little bit longer, and then the session will be over. Okay?
Yeah.
all right.
So we have like 18 minutes. All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Sorry. I'm
You're
just a
fine.
little
Take
tired
care.
right now.
No problem.
Here.
Wait, am I dipping out as well, or am I
No,
here to
But
for
you
Lou?
you don't have to.
you and
Okay.
I, because you have your shift and the companion shift, so like you could
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
up.
yeah. Hypothetically, I
All
might.
right.
I sure do hope
All right.
nothing
See you next.
shenanigan happens.
All right. See you. All right. See
Okay,
you
yeah.
next time.
And then
Bye.
another creature
Sleep
walks
well.
through and just kills you casually. Going back to
Good.
Lua, you head into the inn following Crow and find a seat. Very quiet, and he just reaches over towards one of the reaches over, grabs one of the bottles out from behind the counter, opens it up, and he passes it to you before grabbing another bottle and opening it and drinking it for himself before dropping a couple gold coins on the counter. All right, what do you want to talk about?
I just take a huge swig of the bottle and say, uh, "You're a third star, Scat. So I assume you have been around for a while.
A little bit, you know.
Mm. Have you ever thought you do not belong to the Scouts? Did you choose to become a Scout? Because I did, but I think I do not belong."
You're not the first who says that kind of stuff. Won't be the last.
No, I
I was
think you
one of those guys who didn't.
misunderstand. It's not the fact
Mhm.
that I'm scared. It's the fact that I want to be a fighter. I want to be someone that protects others. But this is the second time this happens. I panic. I freeze. I'm not able to do what I want to do.
Did you
The,
panic while you were fighting, or did you panic after you were fighting, or did you panic before you started fighting?
Panicked before, then panicked really hard after the fight.
But you fought.
Yes, I fought, but
You saved lives.
did we? We lost the chieftain.
I saw those brothers. They looked pretty damn beat up to me. Saved those lives. And if you didn't take care of those two things, I heard there were two of them,
Yes, they were.
then the other people would have died as well. Other civilians.
You know, the first time this happened, I freezed in the middle of a fight. It was with the third, about the third or the fourth time I deployed with the scouts. I was young. I was happy that I was out of Celestina. I was out of the shadow of my father. And I was good at fighting. I was pretty good, but that fucking day I just froze. And the worst part about it is that nobody criticized me. They were like, "That's normal. That's okay. You will."
Yeah?
But I think it's like the imposter syndrome. Everyone tells me I'm a good fighter, I belong in the scouts, but I do not know if I do. I am hoping I do. I'm fighting with every fiber of my being to be a scout because the scouts are something that are needed. I I don't know how much about Celestina do you know, but I am the only paladin in the Platinum Guard that that has taken the oath of vengeance. And I
He
took
kind of
that.
looks at you quietly and you say that. Why? That oath.
I didn't catch that last one.
Yes. Why that oath?
Because there are some creatures in the world that need to be destroyed before this continent can heal. That even if this continent was not as fucked up that it is now, there are some creatures that always try to take advantage of the poor and the weak, and they have to be punished. But even now, more than ever, we need people that punish these creatures and do not show them mercy. So that's why I took the oath vengeance. And I'm good at fighting, but sometimes it's just the panic. I'm ashamed as a warrior to have that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
So
it's not a problem with your fighting ability. It's just the oath you've taken doesn't suit. I don't know how paladin oath. I don't know how those oaths work. I don't know if it's for life. I don't know if it's until you reach a certain goal. I just know that they are. Uh, I'm not the right guy for this kind of shit, but I know that they're very rigid and dictate a lot of how your life works. It's probably just that what you chose at whatever age you chose it ended up not being right for you, right? I mean, like, you fight as a scout. You fight because you and your companions were able to keep two monsters from killing the Goliaths and killing other civilians. So maybe it's just the idea of, I don't know, vengeance and rage doesn't sit with you. So maybe taking a, or considering a different oath. Again, I don't know how that shit works, but maybe it's just the oath, the tenets that you follow, right? So maybe there's something else that's a better fit that would allow you to continue to be a fighter and be a scout or whatever you want to do, while also, uh, you know what I mean, like just fitting you better, I guess.
you told me you fought one of them on your own.
Huh?
Did you fight them on your own?
Yeah,
Did you fear fighting him?
and takes a swig. I've been doing this hunting marks, fighting creatures, doing escort missions, witnessing backstabbing bastards. I mean, if you got the mind for it, which I do, unfortunately, and it really is an unfortunate thing, you get used to it. You get used to it. You stop caring as much. You start expecting people to die. You start expecting shit to go wrong because you've seen it so much. Most people aren't like that. Most people care. I just happen to not have an easy time caring. Why I'm a good scout, but I'm not a good person, if that makes sense. For you, it sounds like you do care. So, what I've seen from most people who do care, which is most people, you're not gonna stop being afraid. You're not gonna stop being worried. Shit hits the fan, you're probably gonna panic every single time. And honestly, it is okay. Because you're choosing to do scout jobs and fighting scout battles. You're obviously able to do it well enough to save lives, well enough to keep doing it. As long as you keep at it, you're fine. If you decide one day it's too much and you step back and you step out, I mean, people will judge you because people suck like that. But at the end of the day, that's your choice and it's not theirs. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care because I just can't. But if you do care, that's okay. Keep caring. Because honestly, people like me, we don't run shit. We just do what needs to be done so that other people can lead and other people can have their touchy feely moments. I'm just here to make sure that the world keeps turning in whatever way it does, even if it sucks.
I just take my bottle, uh, bring it close for, bring it close to uh, his bottle and just say, no offense, but I hope I never turn into you. And the fact you're talking to me means you are a good person. And just cling his bottle.
He just drinks. You can blame that on one of my old companions, because they were the actual type to understand touchy feely shit. Pick up a couple things. I ain't good at it, but I understand it. Well, no, I don't understand it. I just know what to say because they beat it into my head.
I just laugh and just have the bottle with it, just have a little bit of small talk. And when the bottle is finished, I will uh, tell him that I'm going to go find my companions and wish him luck. Then I try to find. Actually, does Fredrickson come when we are having the talk?
He does. Near the very end of the conversation, he
Then I will
walks in.
stay to see what's going on with the Fredrickson. Then I will go find my companions.
Mhm. You just hear, you are calling for me, right? As you kind of exit the inn, and then you make your way back towards the scene of the fight. The city hall in shambles, the
No, actually, I
building.
stay to see what's going on with the Fredrickson.
Oh, you're staying.
Yeah.
You called me, sir. Yeah, you're the Fredrickson. It's most likely going to take over leading for now.
Yes, I have seen him
Yes.
before. This is a good guy.
Yes, yes, I'm going to be the acting leader until they're able to vote in a new one. Yeah, right. Well, I mean, goes to this guy, uh, Lou, and his companions for helping you guys fight. Of course, and we will be providing compensation for their efforts. We'll be doing the same. Don't worry about that too much. No, but just needed to talk about repairs. I heard that they were originally planning on taking care of a merchant escort mission that hasn't finished yet. I'm technically doing a bit of a monster hunting mission my own right now, but uh, the trail's kind of gone cold. It seems to have been around these parts. I can stay here for a few days at least. Uh, try to help with repairs, help patrol until you're all able to get back on your feet. That would be wonderful, sir. Thank you. Of course. I can. We have a guy, and he kind of just jerks a thumb towards the counter top behind him. I think he's I don't know when he's scheduled to be wherever, but he's one of the main mission handlers for scouts.
I didn't
So
find
I'll
anything, but then as my familiar had a low and then we only got a. Oh shit! I have a hot.
no, both of you rolled, and everything seemed fine. There was no real disturbances in the tunnels.
My familiar be slacking.
Well, no, you and the familiar both notice nothing wrong. Like you're
I know.
actively watching, and it's just nothing seems too crazy. Just quiet and the howling of wind. But yeah, I can. When he gets here, if he gets here, I'll leave a note so he can start sending out more scouts to patrol the areas. As I noticed that there doesn't seem to be a lot of scouts out here. I know that the area is usually more dangerous, especially heading east towards the coast. Around here, there's some pretty gnarly beasts, and like I said, I'm hunting a couple of them. I'll hang around for at least a little bit until you guys are able to get back on your feet.
How's the road to Chigon? Is it safe?
It's an old den. Most people don't even go that way. Who actually, yeah, who's the merchant you're traveling with anyway? Who the fuck goes all the way out there?
Alteron.
So,
Do you know him?
he's probably he's probably some lower profile merchant. It's by the coast. There's technically an old road. I mean, to most places, there's an old road that still exists in part, so you can kind of follow the right direction. But heading towards the coast, yeah, it's not a smart thing to do. I mean, if he's got business there, he's got business. I don't give a shit, but it's safe. The creatures I'm hunting are a little bit more southwest of here. Qigong is southeast. So, it's not in the same area, but it's still not a safe place. I think there was reports of he kind of thinks for a second, trying to remember something. I think there were reports of something, but I really don't know. I wasn't paying attention to that. I mostly do hunting missions, high-profile hunting missions. So I'm really not that well versed in a lot of the other stuff. I just know that it's been labeled a bit of a high-risk zone. Well, higher risk zone. So if you're going there, just be careful. Always keep an eye out. Make sure your watches are covered. Make sure you have proper precautions when you're camping. Don't do anything stupid. The usual.
Appreciate it.
And Fredrickson thanks him again. I should get going. We have to prepare the funerals for everyone. Of course.
Can we attend the funeral? When is it?
We'll be holding. I mean, normally we would do within a day, but I think we're going to take a little bit longer. We should really start. I think most people are just surprised we haven't had an attack in a very, very long time, even before I was born. So probably tomorrow midday or tomorrow night we'll perform the funeral rites on the surface before heading back downstairs. Well, down here.
Appreciate it. Just walk out.
He walks out closely behind you and makes his way to the rest of the crowd and starts organizing with the few militiamen.
Where is my crew?
Many of whom you notice are very banged up. You don't see them. So the first thing you would do would probably be to head back to the scene of the fight.
No, I mean Dovahkiin. Where is Dovahkiin?
Dovahkiin.
Yeah.
Bro, you see him. You see Dovahkiin, Peren. You don't see Oda at first. Little kobold mage.
And then as they're talking, they kind of look at you grim-faced, and Dovahkiin just kind of pulls back the flaps, and you see Odarin still moving, heavily bandaged up, lying on the bed. She got it real bad. Letting her rest for now.
So why can I need you to do something for me?
Hmm.
I need you to go back to Celestina and warn the city.
You want me to take a 2-month journey on my own?
Take the rest of the team, genius.
What? You want me to leave you out on Faras with a bunch of nobodies?
Oh my god. You, the other Dragonborn, the Cobalt. You have to go back to the Celestina.
Then come with us. We can't just leave you out here.
Yes,
in
you
the middle
can.
of nowhere. No, I can't.
Yes, you can. You're. That's an order. You're second in command. I'm putting you in charge. You need to go back to Celestina and tell them about this. I just fought two fucking undead creatures. Do I know they are undead?
It's fair to assume because they reek of death.
Also, my smite worked on them.
Yeah, and the smite registers very heavily on undead creatures.
Okay, so I just fought two fucking undead creatures. There was another undead creature that another scout, a third class scout fought.
Yeah, we met
Undead
him. He's
undead creatures don't show up when things are good, and Celestina needs to know about this. Celestina is one of the few places that knows about undead and shit.
towards the side slightly, and he just like really frantically kind of scratches along the underside of his jaw. No, but I can't just leave you out here. Like, who are you gonna work with? You don't have a team. We are the team. We've been doing this for years. What? Come on.
Dovahkiin, I understand you are worried. I understand. And
Yeah, no shit.
and I am asking you this because we have been doing this for years. I trust you. I trust no one else to do this. I need you to go back to Celestina. I need you to warn them and ask them if they know anything about these creatures. Right now I'm in middle of something. I have to finish that. And as for the team, we have a druid that and another team that I do not know what his deal is, but he's a spellcaster. I have a team it's not as good as this team. Is we don't have the experiences we had together,
Not
but
even scouts.
but it's gonna go work. Also, I have the Mishuda to
Up
take
to
care of.
you. He kneels, takes a knee. He just looks you in the eyes. This is the first time he's ever done it, and the majority of dwarves, someone doing that is considered highly offensive. But he does it, and he just looks you straight on in the eyes, on the same level. And he says, "Are you certain you want us to leave you out here?"
He just looks him in the eye and pauses for a second. Yes, yes, I need you to go to Celestina. Warn the Archbishop and
Dovahkiin sets his jaw and stands, and nods, and a little snort before turning around. Get in. The mount's ready. Leaving. You just hear Oda in the wagon very weakly. Yep. I'm going. He gets on the wagon and he starts. The horse is ready to move. And they slowly make their way out of Anferas.
as they are going out, I just shout, "Tell Valimir too." Vale more.
You owe me one. Hmm.
You owe me 10.
Only if I survive. They go up, out, and into the Ashen Waste. Make their way to Celestina.
Now
All right. That is where we're going to end the session. And for Siona, is there anything else you want to do?
I'd prepare some of these spells I assume next session for long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so
Remind me again, everybody. How much experience did you get for the purple worm?
4,000. Hold on. We got 4,875.
yeah, my XP right now is 4,800. I don't have a because I know you gave out a number, but I didn't know how to put it on.
Yeah.
Sioda, that you didn't add your XP, so you have to be like 48,000 if you're not level 9.
Level 9 is 48,000 experience points.
Yeah, so it's 48,000. Yeah, we had
Should be at 52,875.
Yeah, 52,875.
Just look on the book.
Okay, let me make sure I did my math correctly on these things.
Do we get long rest?
Yep. You
No, we
all
haven't
get-
got. Okay.
Yay, long rest.
Did Lou find where Siota and the shooter are?
I'm coming to you guys. I'm
Is it
trying
like a
to
survival
find
check
you.
for me to find that location? Okay.
Survival check?
I know you would. Yeah, you'd have to do the same thing to try to figure out where they went because you just see the scene of the fight.
Can I ask someone? Is there anyone around?
And we didn't
They
tell
wouldn't
you we
know.
were going to
No
camp
one
out
would
there
know.
either.
Yeah,
Nope.
even with advantage, you're just hopelessly confused and lost.
You have no idea where we went because we didn't tell you.
And you didn't leave any sort of signs.
Great.
Let's
Just
see.
send
If I
away
did
my
my math
team.
correctly, which I believe I did, for defeating the two optional bosses known as the Cadaver Collectors.
They were
They
optional?
are. Yeah, I figured you were gonna hightail it after they almost killed you twice.
No.
Freaking Vengeance Paladin. Just went right back in like a barbarian. Yeah, for killing two optional bosses, two optional technically CR 14. I didn't even give them full health. I gave them average health, and they still tanked your shit.
Those boars, though. The real MVPs.
I mean, they
They fucking carried that.
they turned into ammunition. You each gain, all three of you gain, 11,000 and 11,125 experience, which is enough to level you up to level 10.
11,000?
Ooh.
How much? 11,000?
Exactly enough to get to level 10. So 64,000 is your total.
Yay! Level 10! Paladin Auto Vengeance. Leveling up. We roll for hit points, right?
Yes.
Was 11,110?
125.
125.
Basically, in that bar, just change it to 64,000 so that it. Or actually, no. If you click the ellipses, no, not the ellipses. Oh, what is? Oh no, sorry. Where it says level 9 druid, there's a little up arrow to the right of that, and you can click that to level up.
I see.
I just need to add a diamond to my
Oh,
inventory too. When do we get feats?
Do we take average or do we roll for hit points?
You roll. For every class except for fighter and rogue, you gain a feat at levels 4, 8, 12, 16, and 19.
So 2 more levels. And my spell count didn't change at all. Is that right?
It does. At 10th level paladin, you get Aura of Courage. Yay. Oh, because it's charisma. It's half charisma modifier.
I do not have Aura of Courage.
Maybe level 10. Level 10. It says Aura of Courage is received at level 10. Yeah, it is. It's on the bottom of your character sheet, right above the mark of heart.
Where?
Features all the way at the bottom.
Oh, I found it. Aura of Courage. You and your friendly creatures cannot be frightened when you are conscious. Okay. This might actually kind of work with me panicking. That's kind of nice.
Like massive panic attack, and then I'm no longer panicking after that thought from Crow.
My spell slots are the same, right?
Yeah. Well, hold on. It is
No, I don't get anything for this.
charisma modifier plus half paladin level rounded down. So you actually gain one more spell. You can prepare one more spell.
That's kind of helpful, but I was talking about my...
And then for spell slots, that does not change now.
Yeah, okay.
At level 11, you get an additional third level spell slot, but not right now.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. So I'm just now I'm just have to find the team that I left my original team for.
Yep.
Actually, can
What
I?
you get when you take like half an hour? No, you take like 2 hours running off to talk to people. We're just gonna sit there and wait. We got lives.
I didn't expect you to wait, but actually tell me where you are going.
You were busy.
Uh,
We didn't know where you went. You ran off with a bunch of weirdos.
oh,
How are we
okay.
supposed to know where you went? We couldn't find you.
All right. Good night.
Bye. I mean, I just went
Bye.
with this kind of guy to talk to him, and then you guys just left. I turned around and you guys were gone.
No, you like went like into the city or whatever. I don't
No,
know.
we all went to the city. Then
Yeah, you were like all
Tramba,
talking politics and
we all went to
stuff.
the city. Then Trambar said there is this guy. You want to talk to it, and I said I want to talk to it, and you guys just skedaddles out of there.
We didn't leave. Well, we had we stood like where the seat of the crime was and all that, where the big fight went down. We stayed there. You left, and then we left. You left first.
I mean, I think you're confused because I actually
No, you
said
left first.
I actually
I
said
specifically said I'm gonna wait 20 minutes, see if Lou comes back. If he doesn't, then I will go and get started setting up a camp.
okay. Then I am confused then because I said I'm
I specifically
panicking.
said that.
Because I said I'm panicking. Are we going into the city because I'm panicking? But then he said all that. Then we get into the city. Doesn't matter. But
You said you were having your panic attack. Siota made a spirit guardian cozy and had that cozy up next to you, like spirit, like a support animal. And then Siota went because she doesn't know how to deal with y'all. She's not the mom of the group. She went over
she's
and
going to
kept
be the
things in
mom of the
track.
group.
She's not gonna be the mom of the group. Just because she's a female doesn't make her the mom of the group.
It doesn't have to be a female or anything, but you are kind of acting like the mom of the group.
Why? She left you when you were having a panic attack.
She didn't. She conjured an animal for me, and I know it. That's from you because you are
To
the
heal you,
only.
to heal everybody in that whole area.
But I'm. It doesn't matter. I have to find you eventually.
If she wants to be hidden, she'll be hidden. You
Uh,
couldn't find her at all if she decided to drop off the face of the earth. She's choosing not to right now. You'd probably be easier to look for Mishuda.
I mean, I kind of take that sentence to heart because we couldn't find you for 3 sessions.
Yeah, she's trying to hide from you specifically.
Why me?
She's not.
Then why the,
She's not trying to hide from you specifically. She's just like actually trying to keep guard.
is he shy or is he like on guard?
Well, both. She didn't want to go into the city for any reason.
Okay, I will see you guys
Like
at.
that's why she didn't come up while you were talking to the other people. I
Mm,
specifically said that she was gonna like fall back and she didn't want to interact with like that alchemist guy.
mm-hmm.
So
That's
she fell back with Mishuda, told Mishuda where she was gonna go and
so.
what she was gonna do, so that somebody would know, and then she left.
Then am I the one that has to talk to everyone? Because we cannot let Mishuda talk to anyone.
Why not?
Usually the questions he makes are not really helpful. I'm not against it. She can talk to anyone he wants, but yeah, usually the questions are not really that helpful. Also, what are we going to do with Nightshade? What's the
I guess is up to
situation?
Tarambar, like you said. I am kind of the persuasion that his character's not really relevant anymore. Right
Yeah.
now, he's in a good really spot to just say, "Hey, he's sticking with Alteron, uh, and just gonna be with Alteron forever and ever." I don't know, like any other NPC would be.
Mm. The situation is kind of like fucked now because
Yeah, because he's just stringing us along at this point. He should just say, "Hey, I can't make this game. We just find somebody else."
yeah. Also, uh, we are double fight because that and also we do not know what to do now. Do we go fight whatever the hole these creatures came from, or do we go to Qigong and find out what happened with you? So that's for next session. I suppose. Okay then, I will check with you
Well,
for next
Alteron
session.
doesn't have any memory of anything, so we'd kind of just be leaving him unsupervised with no knowledge of what happened or where to go,
I
and that would be
told him
kind of
everything.
irresponsible. You info dumped him, but that still doesn't mean that he has any context for any of it. If someone just sat down and explained to you your entire life story, I don't think you'd really have like grasp it right away. I'd be like, "Oh, okay, that's what I was doing. Okay, I'll just get right back to it."
I mean,
I think you
he
need a little bit more time to like actually like have context and like relearn who you are.
he only lost 2 weeks,
The amnesia?
huh? He
Oh,
he
it was.
he only lost the last 2 weeks. He's not forgotten who he is.
Mm, but still, it's still a lot.
I mean, it's still.
Considering he was like planning for retirement and shit, and we don't know what all he was like planning to do.
I mean, it's still a lot, but still, if
He's a busy
we
guy.
want to find out what these creatures are, I think it's kind of time sensitive, and even if it's not time sensitive, uh, my character Lou is kind of like a I have to take vengeance for uh, Hela, so he wants to go find out what's going on. But anyway, let's end it here, and I will be in contact with you for next session. So because you have to give us your schedule, then we have to work around that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I only get the schedule every Friday for the next week, so it's like I never really know until Friday what day I'm gonna be able to play.
So
It's annoying
tomorrow.
for me too. Hmm.
So tomorrow.
Tomorrow is when I get the schedule.
Yeah. I will check with
And
you
so
tomorrow.
I'll try to yeah. I'll try to message. Wait, is today Wednesday?
Yeah.
Thursday.
Bye.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Don't worry about it. If you forgot, I will message you myself because I'm
Yeah,
kind of
because I
like
get it in the afternoon in my time.
so yeah. I will know when you to message you. Also, I have to kind of do that because now the server I made the server, so I have to kind of like look after it, be kind of like the mom of the actual group, not the group in the game, but the group that is playing the game. But yeah,
Yes,
anything you
sir.
want to add before we go?
Yeah, that's about it, I guess.
Yeah,
See you next week.
yeah. Bye.
Bye.